adapter, pairing to your smartphone or tablet. Analyzes your shooting and tells you how to improve.
Mantis.
94% of shooters improve after just 20 minutes.
X.
Go to MantisX.com.
MantisX.com.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, Wassey'sMeatMarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassey'sMeatMarket.com.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Just come out, the man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out, when you're injured on the go.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
All right, guys, here we go on a Friday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that greatly, and we do have a big old fat program set up for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world. Deb's Woke News will do that around 3:20. 3:45, a wonderful cigar to tell you all about for Embers Only. 4 o'clock hour, we'll talk to Fayez Cara for Primetime Kitchen, Orlando Weekly's restaurant critic. 5 o'clock hour, it's Rich Tips and Trivia. And, of course, lastly, we'll do it up with Ross Thoughts on Last Call, plus your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
And straight-ahead producer, Ross Padgett.
Drink more smoothies.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, Facebook, Instagram at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. How you guys doing today?
Good. I think you mean more smoothies after a ton of Persimmon Hollow beer.
Yeah, of course.
Of course,
or including Persimmon Hollow beer.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I had a smoothie this morning, and it just dominated. I forgot how good they are.
You know, my wife goes to, every time she works out, she does the Pilates thing like 4, 5, 6 times a week, whatever. And afterwards, she goes and gets a protein smoothie, because that's what you're supposed to do when you work out and burn a lot of calories and, rip a lot of muscle apart. You go and do that. And I got addicted to those things. I mean, they are so freaking good.
And some of them are a little heavy on the calories, but if you do enough work, you can probably, you can get a really low-cal smooth. Oh, my God, I'm old.
I just love Jimmy talking about after ripping muscle, enjoying a smoothie. He mentioned his wife ripping muscle before enjoying a smoothie post-workout.
I rip muscle, but not like that.
Yeah, I just like the idea of, whenever someone talks about working out, you always go, well, my wife.
Right.
Not me.
Look, yeah. Let me tell you about it from afar. I can tell you all about working out from way over there, not in the gym.
No.
So yesterday we got conclusive evidence or conclusive information that the Titan submarine had imploded, and all 5 of those people had lost their lives for that adventure. Unfortunately, a 19-year-old as well, who now we learn did not really want to go down there at all, was just trying to keep his dad happy or make his dad happy on Father's Day. Did you not hear that, Deborah?
No.
Yeah.
He was, terrified, I think is the word that got tossed in some headlines.
So the aunt, I guess, who they'd kind of lost contact with because it's so crazy in those cultures, they're Pakistanis.
Right.
So I don't really know a lot about that culture. I just know it can be very strict. And apparently the billionaire guy, the Pakistani guy and his son, that guy's sister had been estranged because she chose to move to Amsterdam so she could use medical marijuana to heal some pains, which is not part of their world at all. So basically that guy had cut his sister completely off, but the kid still had contact with her. So they were talking, and apparently one of the last conversations they had was this kid was telling his aunt how terrified he was to go into the sub and do this thing. But he wanted to make his dad happy, and it was Father's Day, and apparently his dad used Father's Day as a reason for him to get past his fear and do it.
Here's another freaky twist. The CEO and the pilot, Stockton Rush, his wife, Wendy, her great-grandparents died on the Titanic. So think about it this way. Her great-grandparents, Isidore and Ida Strauss, were the co-founders of the Macy's department store. They were first-class passengers on the Titanic, offered a lifeboat. Isidore was quite old, saw young men being denied, so he wouldn't get on. Ida stayed behind, saying, "Where you go, I go," gave her fur coat to her maid Ellen, and they were last seen holding hands on the deck of the Titanic. Fast forward 111 years, and their great-great-granddaughter loses her husband 1,600 feet from the hull of the same ship that claimed her great-great-grandfather.
Unbelievable. Didn't you also tell me in that same story that that couple that you were just telling me about was part of the Titanic movie?
Yes.
They were represented in the movie?
Yeah, if people remember in the montage scene after they hit the iceberg, the old couple holding each other in bed.
Yeah.
That's based on Isidore and Ida Strauss on this tragic, famous Titanic love story. See what I'm saying?
Are you ready to get your world rocked?
And
this is like an episode of Black Mirror.
It's about to get a little bit more Black Mirror-y because that is the second time that someone has brought up that scene to me. A week ago, hanging out with a friend, talking about all the lessons he learned from his acting class, and who was his acting teacher. The actor playing the old guy in that scene.
No, you're kidding.
Man. It's getting weird, Jim. This might go all the way to the president.
And in Woke News, we're going to have a story.
He won't remember. Yeah, I think he was on the Titanic. Wasn't he a rowboat captain?
But coming up in Woke News, we'll talk about another Central Florida connection to one of the passengers who was on board the Titan.
Yeah, well, this will be the last time we talk about it as a show, but I did want to share this. This is one of the reasons I bring it up. Yesterday, after the program, Daryl Payne sent me this text, and I guess his son has a connection with a person who used to pilot a nuclear sub. So he was a Navy, whatever you got to be to do that. Admiral, captain, all the badass stripes on your uniform kind of thing.
Yeah.
Big dog.
Exactly,
He's a
big dog.
The biggest of dogs, right? So one of the big things is, what happened to them? Did they suffer? I know that we all know kind of they died instantly,
right?
But I don't know if you know the numbers of how it died instantly. This is what he sent me. This is from the admiral or the captain of a nuclear sub for the United States Navy for many, many years.
I believe it would be admiral.
When a submarine hull collapses, it moves inward at about 1,500 miles per hour. That's 2,200 feet per second. The time required for complete collapse is 20/2200 seconds. In other words, about 1 millisecond. The human brain responds instinctually to stimulus at about 25 milliseconds. Human rational response, which means you sense something, you reason, and then you act, is at very best 150 milliseconds. The air inside the sub has a fairly high concentration of hydrocarbon vapors. When the hull collapses, it behaves like a very large piston on a very large diesel engine. In other words, diesel engines compress the air and the fuel inside greatly, so it doesn't even need a spark to fire. The compression itself creates the ignition. You understand?
Right.
That's exactly what happened here. The auto air ignites the engine. The explosion follows the initial rapid implosion. Large blobs of fat, in other words, that would have been the humans, would be incinerated and turned to ash immediately, quicker than you could blink your eye.
Even in the
so in other
water?
words, yes. In other words, what happens is this: when you have a compressed area, and then you have hydrocarbon in that, I guess that would be maybe their breath. I'm not 100 on that. And that collapses. What it does is compresses that air so quickly that it ignites in an explosion and then blows up. That's why they heard the explosion.
Right.
The Navy heard it the day it happened. I mean, you guys all you know that now, right?
Well, and they are saying that the reason why they didn't come out Sunday morning and say what they had detected was because that was the only detection that had been. Apparently, it's an advanced sonar application that the U.S. Navy uses to detect enemy submarines, and it detected the anomaly that they assumed was the sound of the implosion right about the time they lost communication with them, which was an hour and 45 minutes into their dive. And they also said, and Jimmy, your explanation explains why they said we would likely not find any human remains.
There are going to be no remains, but it's hard. You're not going to be able to say that on TV because, family members, you don't want to do that. Like, hey, your dad got turned into a ball of ashes and is gone for good. But and I guess there is now a rescue mission to pull the remaining parts of the Titan up. I hope I'm not taking any stuff from your newscast, but
don't worry about it.
It's but anyway, it's just one of those situations where again, this will be talked about for many, many years. Why people did it. There's very little sympathy out there right now for these people. That unfortunately, just the 19-year-old is the only one really getting sympathy. He seems to be the only one dragged into this.
Well, I got an odd theory about that.
All right.
Because I'm always perplexed when people collectively care over one individual thing versus an identical situation, but just didn't get, the eyes and focus of millions of people. And so obviously their finances play a role in a lot of people's reactions to it. Some people are genuinely eat the rich, billionaires shouldn't exist.
Well,
so this is like semi-good news to them, which is disturbing, I think, but...
When you wear it in comparison to the migrant ship that collapsed, I believe, off the coast of Spain, and there were hundreds of people who died, trying to seek a better life. I saw some rattling on social media, like, the world caring about these 5 billionaires, whereas hundreds of people trying to find a better life die, and it barely gets mentioned.
Yeah. But I can't speak for world news, but I would think one reason why that got the Titan got a lot of press versus that, which is a far number-wise a larger tragedy.
Right.
Just proximity, I think, to the country. This was,
I think it has to do with the lore of the Titanic. It still has such a draw to us, and the thought that there are 5 new souls 1,600 feet from the bow, and the weird family connections with it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we completely see this industry change or even collapse because, I didn't realize they operated outside of international waters. Their vessel wasn't flagged to any country, which was a way of them getting around the rules kind of, thing.
Yeah, the inspections,
Yeah, and have a janky vehicle, as Jimmy's called it.
Right, yeah. The other aspect of this I found very interesting, I just thought about today is, the way that they get people on this thing. Like, people are like, why would you go on this? Why would a billionaire go on this and bring his 19-year-old son? And I figured it out. Because the owner's there. I mean, if you're a pilot and you're like, hey, man, I've been flying for years. I built this plane and I want to take a flight. And the owner of the plane, the builder of the plane, is willing to go on the plane. That kind of makes you feel a little more comfortable because, he's got it all riding as well. So, internally, I'd be like, oh, well, I feel way better about it now. The guy who built the damn thing's coming down. If he said, yeah, climb on in, I'll bolt you in, we'll see what happens. I'd be like, wait, hold up. No. Let's reverse this quickly and get the hell out of here like Josh Gates did. But, the money aspect of it is very interesting just simply because, people, again, like I said yesterday, when you get that kind of money and you get that kind of reality, how many Lamborghinis can you own? How many private jets? How many times can you go to Monaco and gamble, $1 million away? How many times can you have the front row seats at a concert? How many times can you have all the women you want at one time? After a while, that's going to become boring and cumbersome, and you need something else.
Oh, and that's so sad.
And that's the reaction a lot of people have.
Well, yeah, because as you're sitting in traffic for your second hour, on your no sympathy whatsoever.
It was $250,000 for a ticket. right?
Yeah, 250,000.
That would change all of our lives. That would change correction. That would change me and Deb's lives.
Thank you. I was about to say,
But that's just so much money
over there.
I find it interesting though how the Titan has kind of gotten around. No one's described them as like daredevils. When someone dies, free climbing a mountain, no one bats an eye because they look at that and they go, "All right, well they knew what a consequence could be."
But you're right. But you know what the word they're using to get around that? You're 1,000% right. They're saying adventurer.
Yeah.
They're adventurers.
No, that's daredevil stuff.
But Daredevil,
that's sketch.
Daredevil's the whole idea growing up with Daredevils. I think I grew up with one of the OGs, which would have been Evel Knievel. And then, of course, we also grew up with the Flying Willinda families, the guy who would walk the tightropes and do that stuff. Those are the guys that were like, chancing life. And those are the people I looked at as daredevils, but they call these people adventurers because I guess it has a historic element to it. Well, so that's why it's an adventure.
It's an adventure because it's got a lot of danger. And like a ridiculous amount of danger.
All right. 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Deb, news?
Yeah, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about an Orlando attraction mourning the death of a man on board the Titan sub. Tropical Storm Cindy is a little stronger, and I kid you not, Maury Povich is releasing an at-home paternity test.
Oh, baby.
You are not the father.
That ruins the show.
We'll tell you about that, the name of the product, and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text our show at 77031. Back with Deb's News and more of The Jim Colbert Show.
Now that you can have people over again, why is your remote sticky? Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at a crash on I-4 westbound this afternoon, causing stop-and-go delays on the interstate. 2 lanes are blocked just before Princeton Street. A serious crash has blocked all westbound lanes on Winter Garden Road between Powers Drive and Hiawassee. Normal slowdowns now reported for those traveling by the major attractions exits on I-4. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. Want to make your summer more exciting? Right now, sign up for a ViStar Rewards credit card and get up to 3 points for each dollar spent. Plus, check out the exciting new limited time offer where you could win big. Visit ViStarCU.org/summer to learn more.
Pirate Spot Fireworks is your local source for the best specials with Florida's largest selection of buy one, get 2 free fireworks. Let the experts at Pirate Spot make you a backyard hero. Help design a perfect show using their touch screens. That way you can see the products before you buy them. Easy locations, Longwood and Eustis. Firework demand is at an all-time high, so make sure you get there early and get the best prices possible. And ask for the Jim Colbert Show Screamin' Eagle package. For only $200, you get an entire show, 2 500-gram cakes up to $139.95, any 3 200-gram cakes up to $39.95, and 1 4-pack assorted large 8 Roman candles. All of that for only $199.95, and for $100 more, you can get the premium mortar kit from Excalibur. It's Pirate Spot Fireworks. Go to iwantfireworks.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassie's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
It's Ram season, which means it's time to serve with Ram 1500, Ram 3500, and Ram TRX. Hurry in now for great deals on the trucks that are built to serve. And right now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the purchase of 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn models equipped with a V6 engine. Not compatible with lease offers or any other consumer incentive offers. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 7/5/23.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
June is buzzing with more Daytona Live. GAPT's $100,000 guaranteed multi-day poker tournament at the Daytona Beach Racing and Card Club, June 22nd through 26th. This $100,000 guarantee is only a $200 buy-in with 20,000 units with an exciting live stream from the Daytona Live Poker Room. $100,000 GAPT guarantee, June 22nd through 26th at the Daytona Beach Racing and Card Club at I-4 and I-95 on Williamson Boulevard.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at CoolToday.com.
Call today, cool today. CoolToday.com.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite. It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out. Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Not a lot of things last an entire lifetime, but at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, your lifetime vehicle warranty does. Get our exclusive nationwide lifetime warranty with unlimited miles and unlimited time at no additional cost. Only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, OrlandoNissan.com.
Every dog has its day, and now it has its own exhibit too. Orlando Science Center explores the science behind where dogs came from, how they experience the world, and what makes our bond with them so special. In Dogs, A Science Tale, hands-on exhibits will let you see, hear, and smell the world just like dogs do. You'll have a ball sniffing out hidden smells, testing your speed against different breeds, and examining dogs and their role in history and culture. Step into the role of archaeologist and dig deep into the story of our forever friends. Get tickets at osc.org.
This Friday through Monday at Old Navy, grab summer styles for just $2, $4, $6, and $8. Plus, get 40% off everything else. That's 40% off everything for the whole family. Hurry, it's this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy. Valid 6/23 through 6/26. Select styles only.
Welcome to The Good Stuff. I'm Jacob Schick, a third-generation combat Marine.
And I'm his co-host and wife, Ashley Schick. We believe everyone has a story to tell, not only about the peaks, but the valleys they've been through to get them to where they are today. We're joined by some amazing guests who share the lessons they've learned that shaped who they are and what they're doing to pay it forward and give back.
Listen to The Good Stuff on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Real Radio 104.1.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. Feel like helping out? Go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. That's one of the most underrated AC/DC songs ever, man. What a great record. What a great tune.
It's a good one.
Welcome back. Yeah, it is real good. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Ross is right over there. Jack on vacation, by the way. He'll be back with us in a week or so. He's just out there enjoying some time with his family and whatnot. So we'll just be the three of us. until then. Deb, let's get some news.
All right.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
Actually, you do.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
You're damn right I do, and I'm happy to do it. Woke News, as always, brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen tomorrow morning when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show. All right, as we talked about at the top of the show, investigators are continuing to search for any insight into how a, quote, catastrophic implosion, end quote, killed all 5 passengers aboard the Titan submersible. Officials have yet to conclusively determine whether the devastating implosion occurred at the moment when the submersible stopped communicating about an hour and 45 minutes into its dive, and about the time the U.S. Navy said it detected an anomaly on its sonar. The Coast Guard confirmed yesterday that a debris field had been found on the seafloor not far from the wreckage of the Titanic, where the deep-sea vessel was headed to explore. They're planning to bring up as many pieces of that as they can to help them kind of reconstruct, if they can, what exactly led to the implosion. The tragedy, though, has brought renewed scrutiny of Washington state-based Ocean Gate's operations amid mounting reports of previous safety concerns, mechanical problems, and an alleged disregard for regulatory processes.
Yeah. You know, I saw James Cameron, obviously famous for the movie Titanic, and he's gone to the bottom of the Marianas Trench, which is the farthest down you can go on Earth. It's called Challenger Deep. That's the lowest possible place you can get to.
And he made 30 dives to Titanic.
Exactly, and he said that the carbon fiber was the real problem, because any fissure in the carbon fiber, and I was just talking to a mechanical engineer via our texting service, that pressure's that great, any abnormality will be exploited at the greatest level. And he also said that there's more than a chance that they heard the thing cracking. And I just also read some evidence that there's a possibility they release these balloons in case of an emergency, that there was evidence of those possibly being released as well. Like maybe they knew, but of course it happened so fast, there's no way to counter it.
Exactly. And again, you know, those fissures could have been microscopic.
Yes,
even
that's
upon
right.
inspection of the vehicle, you wouldn't have known that the hull was being compromised. And that, again, is another question. Just like SpaceX being able to reuse its boosters, how many times can you put the stress on the same structure without it being compromised?
And Cameron said something very interesting. He said, I didn't know this either. And this is some engineer porn here. Apparently, when you use carbon fiber, you can do it with pressure inside. In other words, when the pressure is inside trying to get out, carbon fiber is a great product. The problem is when it's the other way around, it's a horrible product. And steel is always used, and that's why steel is used almost steel or titanium almost exclusively for things of this nature.
And I also saw the mechanical engineer who texted us at 77031 saying that's why the U.S. Navy does a double steel hull. There's, one tube inside of the other instead of just hoping one holds.
Yep.
And James Cameron also should have said, I don't care if it's wood, carbon fiber, steel. That was plenty of enough room for Jack and Rose at the
Exactly. You can get the pool float for it.
My God, was that a lot of space.
Meanwhile, an Orlando attraction is, in its words, devastated by the tragic implosion of the Titan submersible. Titanic, the Artifact Exhibition Orlando, posted a message on their Facebook page yesterday after it was announced that all 5 people on board the sub were killed. The museum says long-term employee and colleague Paul-Henri Nargeolet was one of those who died, known as PH. The museum calls him an iconic and inspirational leader in deep-sea exploration and a dear and treasured friend. Nargeolet and, of course, the others were visiting the Titanic's wreckage when the site apparently imploded, and also on board was another Titanic expert, the Hamish Harding, the Englishman, the adventurer, and of course the CEO Stockton Rush, married to the great-great-granddaughter of a famous couple on board the Titanic.
Odd time for a Blink-182 concert.
In other news, Tropical Storm Cindy is getting a little stronger. According to the National Hurricane Center, the storm has maximum sustained winds of about 50 miles per hour. Cindy's still located in the central Atlantic. That's not expected to impact Florida or really any other landmass. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Brett's top winds are down to 60 miles an hour as it moves west over the eastern Caribbean. Brett is expected to fall apart over the central Caribbean by Sunday.
Yeah, but I got to tell you, these things lining up in June is not a good sign.
No, it is not a good sign. And it doesn't even take the tropical weather, because a flood watch remains in effect for parts of Marion County. Of course, this week's deluges have just wreaked havoc in that area. The National Weather Service says the order will impact the eastern portion of Marion County at least through this evening. Excessive rain could cause flooding near bodies of water and in low-lying neighborhoods. Of course, we talked about the 30-foot hole opening in that neighborhood that still had standing water from this week's earlier rain showers. County leaders are continuing to hand out sandbags in Ocala and Bellevue to try to mitigate the issue. We are expecting some more rain, although not as much over the weekend. So residents are able to grab up to 10 bags from the Martell Recycling Center, Bellevue Sportsplex, or Ed Crosley Center until 6 o'clock this evening. All right, SpaceX celebrating a successful launch at Florida Space Coast despite some weather setbacks. The company was forced to delay liftoff for another batch of Starlink satellites, your favorite, Jimmy, by about an hour and a half earlier this morning. The 56 satellites were eventually launched into low Earth orbit from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. The mission, of course, part of their larger plan to cover the sky with satellites.
Yeah.
Did the lightning wake you guys up this morning?
No, it's just the pouring rain out here is ridiculous. I gave that thing a 10% chance of going, but they're like, it's a rocket, it'll do it.
Exactly.
It was my dumbass dog that woke me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, rough at 7 a.m. Got a piddle. Whatever, dude.
All right, well, we've got another Ship and Brevard story. Woo! These things are happening a little too fast for me. But a Brevard County gambling cruise is back on course after a fire broke out with passengers on board. Victory Casino Cruises says a stack fire ignited yesterday afternoon as the ship was returning back to Port Canaveral. Officials say the fire was caused by 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts and was quickly resolved. No injuries or serious damage to the ship were reported. The cruise voluntarily canceled sailing for the rest of the day, but says operations are back on schedule for today and over the weekend.
Yeah, when I saw this story, I thought it was one of those slot lizards that just spontaneously combusted while sitting there firing down Virginia Slim after Virginia Slim, right beside her oxygen tank. That's exactly what I thought. Have you ever been on one of those? They're fun, but I have to tell you, the slot machine people are a different breed of human.
Oh, really?
On the boats.
I've never been on one.
I've been here since 94.
And do not, I repeat, do not get in the way of their slot. They run to it and they stick their little player card in there. And buddy, let me tell you, it is like it's like they got a stake of land in the 1850s.
Do you remember Pee-wee in the movie with Large Marge? Remember Large Marge?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like 40 Large Marges.
Oh, yeah.
Well, also in Brevard County, a killer is a step closer to being executed. Governor Ron DeSantis yesterday signed the death warrant for James Philip Barnes. Back in 1988, the 61-year-old raped Patsy Miller at knife point in her condo in Melbourne, beat her to death with a hammer, and set her body on fire. Yep, eligible for the death penalty. He pled guilty in 2006 and was sentenced to death in 2007. Barnes's execution date was set for August 3rd at 6 p.m. He will be the fifth person put to death in Florida so far this year. All right, tomorrow is going to be a somber day in South Florida as family members and first responders, Ross, and that includes one of your best friends, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Gio.
Yeah, I mean, he's an all right guy. His job, his career, he's a hero, but just go drinking with him and see how you feel.
All right, well, I would love to do that, actually. He's probably got killer stories, but not just only family members, but like I said, first responders are going to pause to honor the 98 people killed 2 years ago when the Surfside condo building collapsed. Can you believe it's been 2 years already?
Man, that is insane.
The town will hold a remembrance ceremony tomorrow morning at 10 in the park directly across from the now vacant lot where the Champlain Towers South once stood. Town manager Hector Gomez says also like last year at 1:22 a.m., family members are going to watch as the fire chief lights the exact time of the collapse, by the way, 1:22 a.m. A torch is going to be lit by the fire chief. It will remain on until the 98th and last body was recovered, which was on July 20th.
Wow.
And if you remember, the body that was recovered, the 98th, was the woman whose penthouse apartment was on all the photos with the crib and the office chair. She was renting that penthouse, had just moved here from New York City after a bad divorce. A permanent memorial to the victims is in the works, but it's not going to be on that land because the land where Champlain Towers South stood has been sold and is being redeveloped. You can imagine.
Do you think it'll be weird for people when they get that thing finally up and running? That the new property, it'll be weird for people to buy an apartment there, or would it be?
No.
If it is weird, you just you chop 10% off, and then you're back to square one.
I mean,
people will buy it if it's a good deal.
Yeah, I mean, and what are the chances? I mean, obviously you're going to get a great structure there. I mean, and boy, what could it have been at a worse time?
I would be creeped out.
I mean, a little bit weird.
I still have nightmares. Literally, I still have nightmares of buildings falling in my dreams because until Surfside, I'd never seen anything like this in the United States. People, lights on, watching TV, just living their life. It wasn't a cheap building. It wasn't in the projects. It wasn't deficient in the ways that you expect to watch a building fall in the middle of the night.
It's hard not to have trust issues.
Yeah.
Right. And that's like an above the ground sinkhole. I mean, that's the kind of scenario where you're worried about getting sucked in, and then you're at the 15th floor and you're worried about getting crushed.
Okay. I kid you not, but another Florida Republican could be entering the 2024 presidential race.
That's 40 of them now.
Jim,
That's
you didn't tell me. I'm proud.
I got a shot, guys.
Yeah, you do, man. As good as anybody else.
Look, I've got no pending felonies. I got at least a shot.
The New York Times reported yesterday that Senator Rick Scott is considering a run for the White House. No advisor to Scott, though, tells the Miami Herald. Scott is really only focused on re-election to the Senate right now. But if the former governor does run, he will be the fourth Floridian in the Republican primary with Donald Trump, Governor DeSantis, and Miami Mayor Francis Suarez, and would be the 15th candidate overall.
It's going to be hard for him to dodge the men in black if he does that.
He's also the first, I think, from House Slytherin. I think that's also a big deal.
All right, the largest gay pride festival in Florida happens this weekend. The annual St. Pete Pride Parade is set for Saturday in St. Petersburg, but the weekend begins with a concert tonight featuring Broadway and Disney star Idina Menzel, so all you Frozen fans. A Sunday afternoon block party is expected to bring thousands of visitors to the city's Grand Central District. This is the first time the Pride event will be held since the state passed legislation aimed at drag show performances, and because of that, there will be unprecedented security protocols in place. Organizers announced yesterday they'll have concrete barriers around the festival. Security will check for weapons. This is the first time in the 21 years of this event that these steps have been taken. About 100,000 people are expected to attend, and organizers say they're also hiring extra security. While you're over there on the Gulf Coast, just wanted to let you know hundreds of animals looking for their forever home in the Tampa Bay area this weekend. This is pretty cool. The Petco Love Mega Pet Adoption event will feature more than 500 dogs from 8 different counties.
Yeah.
The animals are vaccinated, spayed, or neutered, and microchipped. All fees will be waived.
Oh, dang.
The event is underway at the Grimes Family Agricultural Center in Plant City and will end on Sunday. So a great chance to bring home a furry friend and it not cost you very much money at all.
Right.
All right, follow up on a story we had done earlier this year. A Polk County soccer team will pay tribute to a fallen teammate. Lakeland United Football Club player Yuri Dos Santos Vasconcelos died Monday. You remember this story because the 24-year-old Brazilian was in his home when an SUV crashed through his house, crashed through his kitchen walls.
Unbelievable.
Killed him in his house.
How many more stories?
Yeah, this is a follow-up. This is a follow-up from the one.
Okay.
Yeah, it turns out he's a soccer player whose death came as his team is getting ready for Tuesday's conference final. The club's director tells Bay News 9 they'll honor Vasconcelos by retiring his number 7. All right, this is also for our soccer fan here. Lionel Messi is making things happen in Broward County. I'm sure you've already heard this.
Can you just say that sentence one more time?
Lionel Messi is making things happen in Broward County.
That's an acid trip. That sentence shouldn't exist.
And yet, the Argentinian soccer star is set to join Inter Miami next month, and Fort Lauderdale Mayor Dean Trantalis said yesterday the city will expedite the permit process to add thousands of seats to Drive Pink Stadium. Inter Miami wants to add at least 3,000 seats to the stadium, and a team lawyer says time is of the essence. Trantalis tells NBC6 in South Florida once they get the payment for the first permit, they'll be happy to move forward and be a partner in this undertaking.
Yeah, do not let Ocean Gate build the stands. Do not let Ocean Gate build the stands.
So real fast, you said Broward. Is that where...
That's Miami.
Well, I thought it was like Dade.
Miami-Dade. Oh, yeah, right.
What I'm trying to
you're
say
right.
is that Inter Miami is not in Miami. They're in Fort Lauderdale.
Did you see the numbers for tickets?
Oh,
It's insane.
man.
Yeah, $5 to $8 grand.
Easy.
People are paying for tickets to go see this first game and stuff. This guy's going to make an economic impact like like you've never seen.
Even here in Central Florida.
Yeah.
Everywhere
he goes,
Yep.
every single stadium, you could bet the minute that was announced, the tickets tripled in price for every single game he's going to play anywhere. It doesn't matter.
But Ross, this next event is for you, my friend.
Oh, yes. I love
Because
this woke news.
One of the country's largest video game tournaments is currently underway right now here in Central Florida.
Where? What?
The CEO Fighting Game Championships is taking place at the Daytona Beach Ocean Center in Volusia County. More than 2,700 people from around the world are expected to compete in more than 20 fighting games for cash prizes. The convention runs from today through Sunday.
I heard the condom sales plummeted.
Yeah. Axe Spray needs to sponsor this event.
By the way, this is just breaking from the Orlando Sentinel, where a federal judge has apparently blocked Florida's law aimed at drag performances. So I'll take a look at that and bring you what that means after the break. But first, I want to finish with this. Do you remember Maury Povich, Ross? Did you ever watch Maury? Yeah, you did.
I know about Maury. Yeah, you're not the father.
Well, he's coming out with his own at-home paternity test. This is right up there in my view as Mike Tyson selling ear-shaped edibles.
Oh, man.
But the daytime TV host became famous for announcing results of paternity tests on his show for his iconic catchphrase, "You are not the father." Now Povich is selling a DNA paternity test called "The Results Are In."
Oh, no.
Which includes instructions on how to take a DNA sample and send it to a lab. His company is promising results in 2 to 3 business days with an accuracy rate of over 99%, and they say it's all confidential. Wink, wink.
Wow,
that's inspiring.
Yeah, wink, wink. Yeah, that is inspiring. You know, the irony of that guy being Connie Chung's husband is almost too much.
I know.
Connie Chung was at one point one of the most revered,
respected journalists, yes,
respected news journalists in history, and now her husband is selling "You're Not the Father."
The results
DNA
are
test.
in.
Man, oh man, I guess that money spends exactly the same, doesn't it?
I guess,
character or not.
I just think that's why that is truly inspiring, because sometimes I get in my own head. I'm like, man, I need to make merch. And then I'm like, that's not a good enough idea. Yeah. And then I hear a story like this and I'm like, why do I care?
You shouldn't care.
I just need to attack. I just need to attack. I just need to do it.
All you need is the lowest bar of humanity.
And I just handed it to you.
All you need
and
is
now
that.
you all are officially woke.
I feel like I read an Aesop fable, man. I learned something there.
And Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Tomorrow morning, while you're getting ready to do your honey-do list, is a great time to tune in and listen as that mortgage guy, Don, hosts a live radio show every Saturday morning at 9:30 right here on Real Radio 104.1, where he answers your questions live on the air, and he loves to answer your questions. But if you're busy, don't worry about it. You can listen to the past 170 plus informative episodes at thatmortgageguydon.com or wherever you download podcasts, like at the free iHeartRadio app. It really is peace of mind at your fingertips. Check it out for yourself. Thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I know Deb loves stories about animals, and I have a very unique story about animals coming up next. Stay tuned.
Okay.
And Embers only.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, good Friday to you. Jamie King here, Fox 35 Storm Center. After a big burst of heavy morning rain and a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning, things calm down as we head through the late morning time frame, but rain chances return as we get to the afternoon at about 40 to 50% coverage, widely scattered showers and storms, hot humid highs in the low 90s. We're low mid-70s tonight, rain chances through the late night at about 40%. On our Saturday, hot and humid 91, rain chance 60%, and on Sunday, a chance of 50%, a high near 92. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Man, let's get you a new bathroom courtesy of rebathmidfla.com. These guys are awesome. And when I say these guys, this is a father and son business. Dave Denbauer and his son Josh have been doing it up there in Altamont Springs for many, many years, about 8 so far, and just giving people beautiful bathrooms they can be proud of. And nobody in the world hates it more when your bathroom has that terrible color. It just doesn't really complement the rest of the house. Matter of fact, it'll make you have special family events in other places. You're always winding up your moms or your brothers for Christmas or Thanksgiving. Get rid of all of that with a brand new bathroom from Rebath. And here's the cool thing, guys. They have a design team to help you out with ideas. If you're like me, no possible clue to be able to work myself through anything like that. Thank God these guys not only have the great products to make your bathroom beautiful, but also incredible ideas as well. And you can see these products, actually. 436 up in Altamont, right across from McCobie. That's where you'll find the showroom. Walk in and check out those models they have set up. And those models are just there to show you the materials, to show you the products. You can say, oh, I love that tile. I love that lighting. That tub is awesome. That sink is great. These fixtures are awesome. That's what they do. And they control everything, even the install, which only takes 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees, not some ragtag crew of construction guys in and out of your house for 2 or 3 months. And even better, they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Hop online, check out the before and afters, then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. For black men, that stat is 1 in 6. When prostate cancer is caught early, it's highly treatable. But because most men have no symptoms, it's vital to talk to your doctor at your annual visit about prostate cancer screening. Not sure where to start? Go to pcf.org for the help you need to navigate this disease and make the right decisions for yourself. Remember, it's your life. Go to pcf.org today.
It's a fact. When it comes to your health, early detection saves lives, no question about it. And when it comes to your long-term health care, you certainly want the most information possible for sure. That is where Life Imaging FLA comes in, because with Life Imaging FLA, no guessing game, just hard data in real time so you can create a healthcare plan that is proactive and not reactive. You need to get that free heart scan, guys. I'm telling you, it's a life-changing opportunity here. And with my full body scan from Life Imaging FLA, I now know I have some problems, kidney problem, some prostate issues, some diverticulitis issues I got to pay attention to. But that's the thing. Now I know ahead of time. That allows me to form a healthcare plan with my primary care physician to attack these issues head on. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now for your free heart scan with a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screenings as well. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, keyword free heart scan. Again, that's easy. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Don't wait another minute. Make that very important appointment today. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Hard Rock Live presents Classic Albums Live. The Who, Who's Next, Saturday, July 1st. Classically trained musicians performing the iconic album and The Who's greatest hits, note for note, cut for cut. Get tickets and info at hardrockliveorlando.com or call 407-351-LIVE.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
So there I was, deep in the heart of the jungle. You know, solving all the puzzles, doing my thing. Then I see it. The lost treasure of Simia. I grab it and hightail it out of there in my Nissan Rogue. Suddenly, arrows. Fire. Now, I know this may sound like an epic tale of adventure, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. The temple crumbles, boom, crash, but I'm too fast with my trusty VC turbo engine.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select 2023 Nissan Rogue trims. Availability is limited. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N7523.
We're more than truck drivers. We're road pros.
Yep. Want to know the best way to get somewhere? Ask a truck driver. We know where the pavement is smooth and the stop signs are few and far between.
We also know where the best donuts are and where to find the fuel that helps keep our engines cleaner.
Using Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps us get better mileage.
They provide quick ways to pay so you can get back on the road. They're dependable like that.
Pros like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
Storm season is here, and Duke Energy is ready. With innovative technology and new ways to reroute power to help prevent outages in all kinds of weather. We're strengthening our systems, ready to restore power quickly and safely, while keeping you informed about outages with text and email alerts. It's all part of building a smarter energy future for you. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
Hey, Savannah, I was thinking today we could head to one of them big old theme parks.
Yeah, you and $10 million tourists get ready for 2-hour lines and a 3-minute ride.
Well, let's go to Gatorland.
I was gonna say that, and not just because it's a Gatorland commercial.
We can enjoy all the great animal shows and gators for less, since Florida residents get in for only $16.50 until the end of June.
That's way less than parking at a big park.
Wait, they make your car pay to go to a theme park?
Yep, and the cars don't even get to ride rides.
More fun for less money at Gatorland.
And we don't make your car pay to just sit there.
Call today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb and I would put a hold on that story for you until next segment, but it's a dandy.
Which one is that?
Well, I'll just tell you real quick. Over in Tampa, by the way, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Ross are here as well. Jack on vacation. He'll be back with us soon. Out of Tampa, 7 wealthy South Tampa cats are looking for forever homes.
I'm
Did
available.
you see this one? Right. So here's the deal. I guess a woman who was 84 years old, she had some cash, had some money, and she left a pretty large portion of her money to care for her cats. So what the remainder of the family has to do now is they have to find people that they approve of to adopt one of these cats. But when you adopt one of the cats, you don't get the money, but you get all the money you need to take care of the cats. You never have to pay for vet bills. You don't have to pay for water or for food. You don't have to pay for grooming or any of that stuff. Anything the cat needs comes out of that estate. And you have to get approved, but that is an actual thing right now. 84 years old.
They still might have to pay for water, man. This lady's rich. She's into cats. She might have been feeding these felines some Fiji water.
I'm sorry.
No, you first.
Yeah, her dying wish was for them to be cared for after her passing. And basically the estate said, well, they had paid somebody to take care of the cats, but they weren't doing a good enough job. So now they're looking for people to do it. Her name was Nancy Sauer. She has 7 cats. She lost her husband and her son. She passed away in November. Her cats were the closest thing to family she had. So she left a giant portion of her inheritance to them. And all the money there is, her dying wish, again, was just to make sure her cats were taken care of. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Midnight, Snowball, Goldfinger, Leo, Cleopatra, Napoleon, and Squeaky lived in her $1 million South Tampa home. And the neighbors say that she was a wonderful woman, but she wanted to make sure her cats were taken care of. And I guess if you go and find the story, you can find out exactly how you can adopt one of these rich cats.
So you can apply, I guess.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be the greatest to know that the cat in your house is the richest person in your house?
No.
That they get to retire early?
It would suck. It would be wildly depressing looking at a cat that I had to interview for. No, it has more stuff than I
Well,
do.
that's not really that rare. Like a lot of breed-specific rescue groups, they have to do home visits and will interview you before they'll let you adopt, just to make sure you're an ideal candidate.
The new owners will be heavily vetted and will still be required to pay for all vet bills. Oh, food. No, that's right. They will take care of it. The new owners will be reimbursed through the executors so no one bears any financial burdens of taking care of the cat. So there you go. You can find out if you can get one of these cats. And they're adorable cats. Obviously, they're all like, is there a purebred cat?
Several.
There's a
Persians and Maine Coon and...
I don't think they're any Maine Coons. I think they're mostly Persians.
Oh, those are pretty cats.
And it looks like they have one that's a little bit of a, maybe they found them in the alley kind of thing.
Oh, that's
probably Squeaky.
I'm thinking Goldfinger.
Oh, you're going with Goldfinger?
Yeah, it's like calling like a big person Smalls, you know?
Yeah. All right, let's do Embers Only.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Embers Only brought to you by our good friends over at Corona Cigar Company. 4 of these locations, 3 here in Central Florida, and I think they're actually adding one in Sarasota, or maybe already have. Heathrow, downtown, Sand Lake, Tampa, and in Sarasota. You can always find these guys online at coronacigar.com, and yes, they will ship. So if you guys are listening out of the area, you can happily get this stuff from these guys that will ship it right to you. This week's cigar is a really good cigar, but I will tell you the good thing. These cigars are very approachable, and this is one of their in-house wrapped cigars. It's the Corona Nicaraguan 20th Anniversary FSG Corona Gorda being in the size, which is one of my favorite size cigars. If you go to JimColbertLive.com, I'm holding it up right now so you can kind of see what it looks like.
It's not that fat.
No. I smoked one of these yesterday and smoked another one this morning on the front porch. Let me tell you something, man. This is as approachable as you can get a cigar to be. I mean, it smokes like light to medium, and the draw is almost too good, to be honest with you. It does burn a little quick for me. I like it a little tighter than that, but this is such a good cigar. And what you get here is some beautiful Nicaraguan tobacco that's been aged perfectly, and you get the beautiful wrapper there that makes it so perfectly sweet and rich, and you just get a great smoke. And these in-house cigars from Corona have been some of my favorites, and that's even against some of the big name brands, because they are just so approachable. Sometimes, and especially in the summer, man, you don't want a big, super heavy cigar while it's super hot outside, especially if you like smoking while playing golf, which was one of my favorite places to have a cigar. These are absolutely perfect. As a matter of fact, my carrying case that I take out on the golf course has one of these in it right now for that very reason. So try one today. You're going to love it, and they're cheap. They're only $129.95 for a bundle. That's very affordable, and that's 35% off the normal price as well. It's the Corona Nicaraguan 20th Anniversary FSG Corona Gordo, and it is your cigar of the week. And of course, we always thank the guys from Corona for taking care of us and making sure that we have exactly what we need for cigars, just like you can. Humidors, lighters, even ashtrays, and of course, the finest selection of cigars in all of Central Florida by a million, and great spirits to go with those cigars as well. Again, that's Corona Cigar, Heathrow, downtown, Sand Lake, Tampa, and Sarasota, always online at coronacigar.com. Back in 1 second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show. The audio version of a Live, Laugh, Love wall decoration that's been set on fire. Real Radio 104.1.
Still seeing some slowdowns on I-4 westbound this afternoon due to a crash blocking 2 lanes just before Princeton Street. Things are stop and go from Parr Street. Looking at some delays right now on I-4 eastbound in Seminole County due to a crash blocking the shoulder at Lake Mary Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, just make sure to call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa Hoagie Fest is back, and they're celebrating 15 years of hoagie love with $5 shorties and $6 classics in any variety. Gotta have a Wawa.
Man, Tools Ace Hardware has the perfect outdoor cooker for the summer, all summer long, whether it's a grill, maybe a griddle, pizza oven. Tools Ace is your place for the best brands out there. They have the largest selection of Big Green Egg grills and egg accessories in all of Central Florida. Plus, the classic Weber grills, like that Genesis gas grill from Weber is so good. Charcoal grills as well. Plus, premium gas grills from Napoleon. On top of that, Traeger pellet grills. Beautiful wood-fired flavor every single time. And the new Traeger Flat Rock griddle, amazing as well. And they have pizza ovens, like my Uni. I love my little Uni pizza oven. So much fun. But they also have Halo and Gosney as well. 12 locations for Tools Ace Hardware right here in Central Florida. You can shop online at acehardware.com, get that free in-store pickup or delivery, and even better, you can get assembly and local delivery on any grill or outdoor cooker, $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the grilling place.
It's Jeep 4x4 season. Now well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on select 2023 Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4 models in dealer stock for $409 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. On tag 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo models invoiced prior to 5/4/23 while dealer stock lasts. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease requests or capital. Currently must end by 7/1/24. Extra charge for miles up to 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 7/5. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus zero down, zero interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Don't miss 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Get 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and an appetizer for just $20. Choose from your favorites like those tacos, burritos, and more. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Get it while it's hot at Tijuana Flats.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial #law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Man, I hope you had a good week. Goodness, I know it's been raining a lot. I hope you had a good week. I hope you have a big weekend planned out there. You know, just kind of taking it easy, knocking it out of here in about an hour or so, and then just letting loose this weekend. 4th of July weekend coming up.
I can't wait. I can't wait to blow stuff up.
Oh, man.
Put myself in mild risk.
Look, you know, it's every year we have to kind of figure it out. It's so good we're having rain because guys like Pyrospot, you know, they don't have to worry about those burn bans or, you know, firework bans. They can just let it rip. And, of course, we've had plenty of rain. Everything's fine. And let me give you guys a heads up, by the way. If you plan on going to Pyrospot for your fireworks, by the way, 1792 and 434 up there in Longwood. Craig is one of the greatest. He's an old friend of mine. Absolutely adore him. But here's what I'm going to tell you. And this is one of these heads up. If you want to shoot mortars this year, like, you know, and that's the tube where you drop the thump, you know, and it goes up really high, gigantic explosions.
Everyone loves it.
Right, Excalibur mortars. And much with our Screaming Eagle package, you add $100 on there and you get that mortar package. But let me tell you, get them early. The number one thing, and get no burn ban. We're coming back from all this pandemic stuff. People are going to be blowing it up. Last year was a big year. They expect this one to be even bigger. Go get your mortar kits now. And I'm dead serious about that. I don't need to sell fireworks for you. Because they sell themselves, but I'm telling you straight up, if you plan on having one of these big shows and you want to have a good time and stuff, get your mortar kits now. They are going to sell out. They do every single year. And every year there are people in that tent mad as hell that they didn't get a mortar kit or there are no mortar kits. And we tell them over and over, go get them right now. If you plan on doing that, that's what you got to get. The cool thing about our Screaming Eagle package, by the way, is on top of the 500-gram cakes you get, the 200-gram cakes, which I think is one of the best deals in the tent, the 4-pack assorted 8-ball Roman candles for $100 more. You get an Excalibur premium mortar kit or any 2 other 500-gram cakes up to $129.95. So you get a lot for your money there. And what we do is we pool our money together in the neighborhood there and then just blow it out crazy.
And there's something that fireworks I didn't know could give me. But not too long ago, they used the term over at Pyrospot, being a backyard hero. Be a backyard hero.
Yeah. Oh, you bet your ass.
I've never been a backyard hero until a couple of years ago. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
I want my neighbor's admiration. And it works. I think I might be one of the more beloved cats on my corner because of July 4th.
Let me tell you something, man. My family ran one of these tents for a while as a summer, just a thing for our family. We did it with Craig. And what would happen is these neighborhoods would come in and they would buy a truckload of fireworks. They'd shoot them off. And then the next day, the other neighbors would come in and say, hey, man, the guys on the other cul-de-sac just had an incredible show last night. We can't go out like that. And they would drop thousands of dollars on fireworks, and it would happen over and over. There are battles in neighborhoods for the best firework shows. Of course, on top of the big ones, like we do with XL 106.7, our sister station, Red Hot and Boom, I think is the biggest show in Orlando. But all the cities have them as well, and they all do a good job. Stanford has great fireworks.
Everyone deserves to feel that role in their community at least once. Yeah,
and there's nothing in the world
I'm the guy this year.
And there's nothing in the world like running the mortar.
Good. It's so nice.
If you're a mortar dad and you get the mortar and you get a mortar and a box of shells, that is a big responsibility.
Next thing you know, all the neighbors are flocking towards your direction. I felt that. I got to experience that, and I felt like such a badass. I don't drive a nice car, so this is the closest I have felt to being like, yeah, I'm killing it. You know.
Then you get that one dad who has 9 highlights right before he decides to grab the stick lighter.
Yeah.
And kicks over the mortar tube and shoots it down the road at the crowd watching from afar.
Yeah, just tilts over, thumps underneath a driveway.
And everybody collectively just yells scatter all at once. All you see is kids and moms yanking kids by their arms. But that's all coming up. Don't forget, though, Pyrospot Fireworks, 2 locations, Eustis up there in Longwood. Grab your mortar kits early because they will sell out. I want to ask you guys something. I saw this story today. Do you guys remember the Anna Sorokin story?
No.
You do, but you just don't recognize the name.
I recognize the name and not the story.
How about Anna Delvey Sorokin? This is the woman who conned all the people in New York to think that she was a rich...
socialite, right.
A socialite, and she conned these people out of a couple $100,000 while moving her way around and faking an accent and stuff. Well, there's a big story on her today on CNN, and it's basically just talking about her life now and what's happened since then. They actually made a show about it. I believe it's on Netflix. It was called Inventing Anna.
Ah, yes. I remember seeing the ads for that.
Yeah, 2022 Netflix series called Inventing Anna, telling the whole story of how she came to be this person and led this. But here's the part of the story. She's on house arrest. Have you ever known anybody that's been on house arrest?
No.
No.
She can only leave her home to go to her parole officer, and I think and for doctors. That's the only reason she can leave.
I think that in church, if you're a faith person.
That sounds like the
church
pandemic.
Church work, doctors, and probation officer.
Yeah, she can't. She's confined to her apartment except for weekly visits to her parole officer and is prohibited from using social media.
God, that sounds like heaven.
She has a GB.
Sorry. Did I say that last part out loud?
Yeah, you did. You said that one well. I don't know anybody that ever had to be on house arrest. I have to tell you, it's very intriguing. It doesn't really sound like punishment, does it?
It depends, I guess, on who you ask.
Well, they're also they have to have a tracker, right? They have to have a monitor.
Yeah, she's got a GPS ankle bracelet. I mean, she walks out of her. I mean, they know that thing pretty quick. And here's the thing: I believe that it alerts if you've left the house without telling your parole officer you're headed that way. Like if you leave a certain perimeter, I believe it lights up and tells them that you are you're outie.
Yeah, just put it on the cat.
Yeah. No, I don't think it works like that. I don't think you can't cut it off. I mean, when they seal it on your ankle.
They do, but there have been cases of people who have done just that, attached it to their animal, and then they find out, whoa, wait a minute here.
Yeah. That's funny though, but I've never known anybody that was on house arrest, and I was always interested that what included, like how would you just go completely crazy? I would think, but because of all the information you have now, because of all the shows and apps you have to stream, that you would have an endless ability to watch stuff and read or write or do whatever. I guess being contained would be a bit maddening.
I've only had one interaction with someone with an ankle monitor who I assume was on, under house arrest. I was at a gas station, and this guy walked up to me and goes, "Yo, man, I really need a ride." I said, "Not gonna do that. So sorry." And then he got emotional, and then I think he even stepped closer, and then he borderline started to cry, and he goes, "No, I really need a ride, man. I really need a ride." And then he lifted up his pant leg, and he had an ankle monitor on it.
Oh, bro. Oh, man.
Right?
And you still shut him down, though, right?
Yeah, I did not give him a ride.
Good job. Yeah, you got to do that. You got to be hard like that because you don't know what the hell they're going to do after that.
And he was he had to have been 22, and he was with a 14-year-old.
Although
boy.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
A little brother vibe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Although a low-speed chase with you in the Nissan would be pretty fun to watch on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, they
so
just
sad.
It'd be funny if you were just running away and the cop just gets off his motorcycle and runs up beside you and taps on the window and says, "Man, just pull over. Come on."
Come on. You're saying a fast walk, Jimmy.
I don't want to just push you over. But come on, just pull over, buddy.
The helicopter is recording it from the skies. We're not quite sure why we're recording this. He's doing 35.
They have to circle around because they keep going past you.
I go slower than a non-moving helicopter.
The perp just jumps out and doesn't even fall. He just keeps walking.
Yeah.
But it was awkward. Everything weird in my life has happened at a gas station. Stations.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. That's where weird stuff is supposed to happen, right? Where's the weirdest stuff supposed to happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's where, everyone goes together. You could be very wealthy. You could be very poor. You still need gas. you know?
It is the perfect mix of humanity.
It's pretty cool. In one way, half the time you feel like you might get mugged. The other half, you're like, hell yeah, blueberry donuts for sale. That's what's up.
They get the hot jerky in. Hell yeah.
I'll defend 7-Eleven's blueberry glazed donuts. That is a weakness of mine.
That's a winner. The cake one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a winner, dude. I have to tell you, where else 7-Eleven excels. And I look, I'm not, do I think they're back there making this up? Do I think they're back there behind the cooler with a fryer making this happen? No, I do not. But wherever they source this stuff from is good. But they have apple fritters. Dude, let me tell you.
Really?
Get a hold of a 7-Eleven apple fritter. Put that into the microwave for about 10 seconds. Get yourself a good cup of coffee, and buddy, that is a winner of a breakfast. No joke. They're good.
Yeah, no, I've balled out. But every weird thing. I saw a guy get shot at a gas station. I almost got arrested at a gas station. It's ankle monitor homie asked me for a ride at a gas station. Just so many weird things. There's more, too. It's just...
I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, things like that don't happen at a grocery store or any other. You're right. Gas stations or convenience stores are built for weirdness.
It's just what they do, all while giving you that really cool icy option.
But it takes the good ones though, because you don't really get a lot of weirdness at Wawa's or the really nice racetracks, but you do get some super weirdness at those really old Cumberland farms.
Yeah.
Because they still have the dirty magazine rack, and that thing has long been gone. But they still don't care. They're still hawking weed back there. They really. And then the other thing when you know you're at a bad gas station is when the entire back area is all blunt wrappers.
Yeah, it's a heads up.
There's literally 2 packs of cigarettes. It's an old pack of Marlboro Golds and one other pack, and then everything else is blunt wrappers or fresh T-shirts.
One of my favorite go-to moves that a gas station does, and everyone's experienced this, you go up to the counter, and then they have chocolate. It's like, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, 59 cents. And then you look at it, and the package is dusty.
Oh, it's got that chocolate that's like that weird color that's been melted and then reformed.
They will just put really old stuff on sale, and it's obviously visually old even outside of the package.
Well, do you remember when they had a glut of those little pies and they were trying to sell those pies like crazy? They had them stacked up on the counters. And I remember walking into the little 7-Eleven over by the radio station.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, somebody made a really bad order here because these guys are hawking these little pies like crazy. It's like those little fruit pies.
Yep.
And it was like 3 for $1, and they were aggro about trying to sell those things.
Just please buy them. Please buy them.
They're like, sir, do you need a pie? I'm like, I do not need a pie. He's like, are you sure? Pies are on sale. I'm like, buddy, I'm good with the pie. They're peach pies. I'm like, man, listen, I think I made it pretty clear. I don't want all your pies.
Very aggressive about pies during that week or two. I remember that.
Yeah, they were everywhere. And it was every 7-Eleven. It wasn't just that one.
It's just so funny when you next time you pull up to a gas station and you're at the register, just see if they have some of that like Dust Bowl candy that's from some other decade. And they're just it's on sale. It's really old.
You want to feel the most unsettled you can feel, go to a 7-Eleven ATM, because it feels like at any moment you could get stabbed while pulling your cash out. At any moment.
And then your back is always towards the door at the ATM.
No. I used to get my ATM money at 7-Eleven all the time because they had that big. They were the first ones to have this really big ATM center. It was almost like a checking center. I was down.
God, gas stations.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Take a little break. Primetime Kitchen with Fayez Kara is up next.
We may have lost our blue check, but we're still here doing
whatever it is you do on Twitter.
At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still looking at slow traffic this afternoon on I-4 as you take the interstate both east and westbound between US 2070 and the 429 and between Sand Lake and Central Florida Parkway. You can expect a slow ride as well in the usual spots north and southbound on Florida's Turnpike. No major delays, however, east or westbound on the 408. If you run into traffic problems this afternoon, just make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa Hoagie Fest is back, and they're celebrating 15 years of hoagie love with $5 shorties and $6 classics in any variety. Gotta have a Wawa.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. You know your eyes are the window into your world. That's why I would never in a million years consider a discount surgical center for LASIK vision correction. And it's certainly why I turned to the team at the Filatowski Eye Institute, a recognized leader in vision correction surgery for my son-in-law and my father-in-law. Trust them implicitly, had no problem turning over my son's eyesight to these guys. And here's why. Because they absolutely killed the whole situation for him. Crystal clear vision virtually overnight. Same thing for my father-in-law as well. And the reason why they can do this, 65,000 of these surgeries under their belt. They have the experience that you want, and even better, they use the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology for fast recovery times. Most people back to work the very next day. Start seeing the way you were meant to. Get away with that fuzzy vision. Get that out of there. Glasses, contacts, no good. Contact the Filatowski Eye Institute simply by texting 1041 to the number 868686. Schedule that consultation today. And remember, they have 24-month interest-free financing to qualified patients. Again, schedule your consultation today at 1041 to the number 868686. It's the Filatowski Eye Institute, the smart choice, the only choice for LASIK vision correction.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Marco's Pizza.
Get your tickets now
at AXS.com
for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Coming back to Las Vegas.
2 nights.
September 22nd and 23rd.
1 stage.
At T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live. Only on Hulu.
This is the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival now.
Before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
That's AXS.com.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Hard Rock Live presents Classic Albums Live. The Who, Who's Next, Saturday, July 1st. Classically trained musicians performing the iconic album and The Who's greatest hits, note for note, cut for cut. Get tickets and info at hardrockliveorlando.com or call 407-351-LIVE.
Fireworks for the 4th? Of course. But this year, make more of your holiday with fun festivities right down the road. Like car shows, bike parades, food trucks, beer gardens, live music, and so much more. Celebrating Kissimmee with the whole family. Visit experiencekissimmee.com/celebrate.
Packing for your summer road trip? Leave the travel guide at home and bring the Autio app along for the ride. Autio brings any drive to life with fascinating stories about the places you go, all narrated by expert storytellers. Browse through Autio's more than 10,000 fascinating location-based tales to inspire your travel itinerary and discover unique destinations along the way. Wherever summer takes you, make your next drive an adventure with Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company. And never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Fine jewelry is more affordable than ever right now thanks to IDC's killer zero-interest finance offer. Now through July 2nd, you can get the amazing value price IDC is famous for and enjoy zero-interest financing for 5 years. So that $6,000 diamond ring or tennis bracelet is just $100 a month. While everyone else is raising rates, IDC is rolling back to zero. All hand-picked GIA diamonds are included, so it's easier than ever to upgrade her diamond. Don't miss this limited-time offer, only from International Diamond Center.
You've been hearing about IDC's incredible 5-year zero-interest finance offer. But did you know that all of IDC's designers are included in this? Names like Decore and Baraggio, Simon G, Kurt Cara. Get the handcrafted ring you've always dreamed about and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. And yes, all IDC diamonds are included too, from 1 carat to 20 carats, all shapes. Trust me, do not miss this chance to get the lowest interest rate on the planet. Zero interest for 5 years at International Diamond Center.
4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-334-2266. That's 800-334-2266. 800-334-2266.
Welcome to the good stuff.
I'm Jacob Schick, a third-generation combat Marine.
And I'm his co-host and wife, Ashley Schick. We believe everyone has a story to tell, not only about the peaks, but the valleys they've been through to get them to where they are today. We're joined by some amazing guests who share the lessons they've learned that shaped who they are and what they're doing to pay it forward and give back.
Listen to the good stuff on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
That's right, guys. Time for another Primetime Kitchen here on Real Radio 104.1, the Jim Colbert Show, featuring our buddy Fayez Kara from the Orlando Weekly. He is their restaurant critique, and he's a good guy. We'll get to Fayez here in 1 second. First things first, this is all brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. You hear us talking about cooking outside all the time. Summertime is here. There is nothing in the world like making a meal outside. Big Green Eggs, kill it. Traeger's, kill it. The Weber Genesis Series gas grill is genuinely one of the best I've ever cooked on, and they have all of this. Not to mention, guys, if you're into smoking food, all those great smoking woods you hear about, they have them. Rubs, marinades, and seasonings for all of your food. Make it the best it can be. Shop at Tools Ace Hardware for everything you need outdoors for your cooking lifestyle, and pizza ovens as well. You just simply can't lose. It's toolsacehardware.com. Guys, good and loud for Mr. Fayez Kara.
Yeah!
Too kind.
Yeah, we are too kind. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. I am in Toronto.
Are you really?
Oh, wow.
I am. That's why, for the people watching on YouTube, it's this sort of, it's basement chic, I like to call it.
Okay, that's very nice. It looks very mugshotty. The
I'm
background.
in jail.
Yeah,
This is
it's so funny. It's so funny. I've never considered this, but Ross has you labeled as Jeff Goldblum's cousin.
No, that was
and I will
him.
tell you, it's uncanny. It's uncanny. I never even considered that, but it's so accurate.
Yeah. I used to actually, when I used to live here, I would go to this hero place, and we would go like at 3:00 in the morning after shooting pool, and we would walk into this place, and everybody there felt like I was a famous person. They couldn't put the name to the face, but they were sure that I was some sort of Hollywood celeb. And they would come and they would like open the door for me, and all me and my friends would just walk in. They would like give us the nice seat. They would like give us free food, and we're wondering what the hell is going on. And it was like when I realized, hey man, they obviously think back then I had longer hair, so I looked like Howie Mandel, but I still looked like Jeff Goldblum more. And they kept like asking me, "Oh, what's your next film?" And I just kind of played along,
Oh yeah.
And I would just say, "Yeah. I have a film coming up. I'm doing something for MTV." I remember that
would have been impressive back then.
MTV, oh, that's great, that's great. And then they would open the door for me and this was like just like a simple hero joint, this little Greek place.
That's great.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm super curious. Is this a hot take? I love gyros. I've eaten them all the time, but I feel like I've never had a great one, and I've never had a bad one. They're like one of the most consistent entrees in my life.
Yeah, just because the meat is usually, it comes like pre-made, and a lot of the places use the same sort of like lamb beef mixture. But those who like make the effort, and I'm trying to think of a place in Orlando that does that, making hero meat from scratch, and nothing's really coming to mind, but there are places that are doing shawarma from scratch. We've already talked about the dough show, which is very similar, and the Turks do something called the doner kebab. And I really feel like like in big cities you see these kebab shops everywhere. They're like on every corner, and I feel that's the next big sort of trend that's going to come to Orlando. We're going to see a lot more kebabarias, a lot more Turkish doner shops, and doner and heroes are very synonymous, except with the Turkish doner, they use like a different sort of sauce.
Yeah. You told us about a spot last week that just came into town that's doing that very thing. So you believe that's going to be the next big trend here in town?
Yeah, because, I see it in all the big cities. I've gone to London. I see it here, I see it like everywhere, and I think it's so easy. It's relatively cheap. It's delicious. It's quick to make. And it's, I really feel that Orlando is going to see more of these sort of kebab shops.
Yeah, easy to eat too,
up.
Right? Yeah, make
Very
it
easy to
eat.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
yeah.
well, Fayez,
in fact, right now, I just sorry to interrupt, but right now I am for the people at home, I'm eating the quintessential Canadian dessert, which is called the butter tart. And the butter tart, for those who aren't familiar, is like a very flaky, buttery pastry shell filled with like a semi-solid mix of butter, sugar, and eggs, and it's like the best Canadian thing ever.
Yeah, they're good. They're very good, and they're fairly slimming too, from what I understand.
You had me at butter.
Is that when he
Also,
held up
I'm
a
getting another heart murmur.
Yeah, 6,400 calories for the one he just held up.
64.
So what you got going out there this week, buddy?
So last week, we were talking about Pizza, the Italian-ish joint by Pig Floyd's owner Thomas Ward, and I said it had a great vibe, but that it had the food and cocktails needed a lot of work. And you said that one of the things you really liked about Thomas Ward is that he was very open to critique, and I was saying that it's one thing to be open to critique and another to actually implement the fixes of that critique. So it's funny. So that a couple of days ago, Ward took to Instagram and he readily admitted some of the restaurant's shortcomings. And he said that he's going to be implementing some fixes. So he's going to be introducing takeout, and he's going to ditch the meatballs from the menu that evidently blew. And the pastas, he's completely redoing the pastas. So, kudos to him for actually, going in a very public way, admitting that, yes, they've had some failings and that, he's going to be, trying to make things better, and my concern is that, like in the restaurant biz, once you lose a customer, it's really hard, to get them back, but Thomas, as Thomas is a pretty tenacious dude, like I wouldn't be surprised at all if he did a complete 180 and really turned it around. That said, like 4 times I've gone there, it's been like packed every time. So that could be because of the newness of the restaurant, so it'll be interesting to see. But
I think what happens, Vi, is I think that the feedback and him reacting to it would let people know that they can come back and give it a shot and see some of the new things that he's implemented. So he's a very vocal guy, and on social he doesn't really try to hide behind anything. He doesn't get upset when he gets a critique. He asks questions. He wants to learn, and that's how I've known him since I've known him. He's just kind of been like that. I know him glancingly. I just know that everybody I know that knows him also feels the same way.
And it took a while for him to make Pig Floyd's the sort of institution that it is today, right? Like he started off with that food truck, and he's told me like he had no idea what he was doing. He was just sort of like winging everything, which is kind of like amazing to think that he's now at this stage where he's someone without any like formal training is in this sort of space where he's like one of the name restaurateurs in the city. So kudos to him for I guess coming.
That's good,
coming
man. I'm
clean
glad to
and
hear that.
like making an effort.
So did you have a review for us this week? Did you visit somewhere cool?
I did, and we talked a bit about this last week. So my review this week is The Foreigner, and that is Bruno Fonseca's sort of high-end tasting menu concept, and it like I said, it fuses flavors from his native Brazil, Portugal, Spain, and it's called The Foreigner because he was often called that as somebody from Brazil who come here. But the interesting thing is that his whole staff, are from other countries. His sommelier, I think, is from Syria, I believe. Then he has one of his main servers is a Vietnamese descent. One of his sous chefs is from France. Then he even has somebody from Philadelphia. So it's like a real.
Philadelphia,
the very foreign place of Philly.
Yeah. Philly's the most foreign of all of those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's brought this sort of like really motley crew together, and he's plating some really lovely dishes. He's changing them. He's changing the menu constantly every month. He changes like I think 6 dishes off the menu. So if you haven't had a chance, again, this is another special occasion type of place. And we talked about this last week. I believe it's like $175 a person. So it's not for everyone, certainly not for everyone every, once a week or even once a month. But if you have that special occasion type of event coming up, then it's definitely worth a shot. It's
certainly
different enough to, for it to be memorable.
And by the way, your descriptions, I read your review this week. Your descriptions were spot on. I've been lucky enough to eat at the Foreigner a number of times, and you said it perfectly at the very end. I don't care where or what you eat in Orlando. Everybody should have to eat that charcoal bread. Everybody on planet Earth should have to eat that bread. That bread is just, it is otherworldly. Impossible to explain that bread and butter. I mean,
it is. It's a black colored bread, and I think there's activated charcoal in there, and there's like cocoa and something else, and it's made by CM Bakari, who is at the Audubon Park Community Market every Monday night. So if you're a fan of his bread, definitely check him out there at the Farmers Market in Audubon Park Monday night.
Very cool.
Yeah.
What else is out there?
So I think Ross will get a kick out of this piece of news. Cholo Dogs is taking over. Yes, they're taking over the kitchen at Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company near Lake Eola.
So Ross endorses Persimmon Hollow, and he told me about a week and a half ago, he goes, dude, if you haven't been in there and had a beer and a Cholo Dog, you should moonwalk to Persimmon Hollow and have one immediately. He said those things are slap crazy.
So, no, I had the Cholo Dog actually at Exploria Stadium. I was drinking Persimmon Hollow beforehand because soccer and going out. But Cholo Dogs are also at Exploria Stadium. They are this small elite hot dog stand making Mexican hot dogs, which sounds as dank as it is. They're delicious. I love them. I love both of those entities here in Central Florida. This news was made for me.
Right, it's got that whole Nacho Libre vibe, the whole Mexican wrestling thing, and the owner Jordan, he is a bloody character. He is a wild and I think that character sort of like it seeps into the hot dogs that he serves. But they're in soft opening right now, but evidently by mid-July he'll have the full sort of roster of wieners and some new ones, as well as like smash burgers and I think salads and rice bowls. And he's introducing a brunch menu. And the best thing of all is that all of the hot dogs that he serves can be made vegan. Like he has a vegan sausage that he can
And that's one reason why me and my wife love going to Cholo Dogs, because obviously she's vegan, I'm not. But I remember walking up to Jordan at Cholo Dogs and thinking like, all right, the hot dog's been around for a very long time. How many remixes can we do with the tubed meat we call a hot dog? And I ate crow because I was wrong. I had never tasted a hot dog like that. And that's when I got on board. Definitely a different hot dog experience, Deb.
Wild and wacky toppings.
Yeah. From tahine to street corn.
Ooh.
It's delicious.
Give me 5 right now. I'd eat every one of them while you guys watched.
They're fire.
Yeah. And related to that, speaking of vegan news, and there's been a lot of vegan related moving and shaking about town. You'll recall, like back in April, Dixie Dharma sort of up and left Market on South, and kind of like leaving Valhalla Bakery alone there. And then shortly after that, Valhalla Bakery, the vegan sweet shop, they left to go to the Cheney Collective in the historic Fort Pitt building on Old Cheney Drive. And just a couple of days ago, it's called Dharma Southern Chicken, which is the reincarnation of Dixie Dharma, moved into the Cheney Collective as well. So there's like a reunion of sorts of Valhalla Bakery and Dixie Dharma. Now, in the meantime, the old Market on South space was filled by an outfit called Main House Market from Winter Garden. Now, Main House Market, they sell kombucha and local goods, and them along with an ice cream joint called Vegan Scoops, the Kind Cleaver, which is a vegan deli, and Retro Roast, which is like a coffee bar. They moved into Market on South. So, I mean, it's kind of like wacky. I think the reason that the people, the guy who runs Main House Market in Winter Garden, the reason he left Winter Garden for Mills 50 is because I guess he was hosting some burlesque shows at the Winter Garden space, and the city didn't really take too kindly to it.
That's
And so
weird.
he called called them bigots or something to this effect, saying that they were, just sort of being insensitive to their, whatever. And so he decided to just leave Winter Garden and come to Mills 50, so it'll be, so a lot of great vegan news for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. What else is out there, buddy?
What else? So Jamadi's in Sanford is celebrating their 7th anniversary. And honestly, I'd be lying if I said I'm not a bit surprised, because Jamadi's is like this really authentic Japanese restaurant. It's run by a fellow named Junichi Takazoe. And he left a pretty cushy gig as the head sushi chef of Morimoto Asia. And to open up this Japanese restaurant in this, pretty derelict and gritty sort of sector of 1792 in Sanford. And, it's like this A-frame building with a long covered patio. And it used to have, I think, a place called the Barbecue Burger Ranch used to be there.
Okay,
so
that's perfect.
I mean, like, kudos for this part of Sanford to like support. For this part of Sanford to support an authentic Japanese restaurant, it's great. It's great because the food is really great. He serves all kinds of ramen. He's importing fish from Japan, for his sushi. He's got
great.
Black pork sausage, and he's got like takoyaki, and it's like really, it's really great food. And what's his name? His name is Junichi Takazoe, and he's pretty like funny dude. He's very like cocksure of himself. He's got this really wry sense of humor. And I remember when
I love arrogant Japanese. They're the best.
Yeah,
because it's such a juxtaposition of their normal humbleness.
Yeah, it's rare, like mean Canadians.
Yeah, I like to look at arrogant Japanese people as standard American.
Right, exactly.
So when I reviewed Jamadi's back in 2016, I asked him, what's the signature dish on your menu? And he goes, all of them, like deadpan, serious, all of them.
That's Japanese swag at its best.
He grabbed me by my shirt and said, all of them.
All of them, staring me directly in my eyes. Tell me about the F&D reopening over at Hourglass before we get out of here.
Yeah, so F&D Wood-Fired Italian Kitchen, they originally had a pretty small space across from Claddagh Cottage in the Hourglass district, and then they ended up just recently moving to a larger space at on the corner of Curry Ford and Primrose. And I remember when I reviewed them at the Curry Ford location, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it a lot. I thought their pizzas were great. And then I visited later on, maybe a year or so later, I visited their Winter Park location, and then I visited their Longwood location, and it was not good. Like,
that's what I heard.
What happened here? What happened? Yeah, I was kind of like really, really surprised, given how great an experience I had at the original Curry Ford location. So again, it'll be interesting to see if they parlay over what they were doing at the original location to the new location on Curry Ford, but as far as the Winter Park and Longwood location, that really left me disappointed and a little surprised.
Interesting, Vyaz, I went to the Cantina up in Lake Mary when that was open, and we used to go in there, and they had a ravioli dish in there that was absolutely fantastic. I would go in there and get it all the time. Then we didn't get back out there. Then I was like, well, we're going to go to the one in Longwood, and people started saying, don't go to the one in Longwood because it's not as good. We went and we had kind of that same experience. It just didn't live up to what they had when they first opened, and I hadn't heard anything else about the Hourglass District. So we wish them the best because, they have a brand, and they tried to expand it pretty quickly. I don't know if that's what the problem was, but I know that went from that Lake Mary position to like all of a sudden having like 3 other places around town within like 2 years, which is pretty fast.
And the Lake Mary location, and I think it's the Cantina, as you said. So it's not the same as the Wood-Fired Italian Kitchen. They're a little different, and I think they have a full bar, or they will have a full bar soon. So it's a slightly different concept than the other 3 Wood-Fired Italian Kitchens. So yeah,
for sure,
we wish them the best. It's the Curry Ford district. It's blowing up,
and that is my neck of the woods. So I can tell you right now, I've been to the older location, and then I just went this past weekend for Father's Day, and I didn't get the pizza. I got the cacio e pepe. You got to say it like that You got to say it like that. And it was.
What'd you think, Ross?
It was
Do
delicious.
tell.
I thought the quality was even better in the new location than the old location. I haven't been to the Longwoods one, but I know about that OG spot. And now this new location there in Curry Ford. I thought it was wonderful. Father-in-law loved it. They came in clutch. Great drinks, everything.
Very nice.
That's great to hear.
Well, Fayez, it's always good seeing you, brother. I want you to have a great time up in Toronto. Remember, you can follow Fayez at OrlandoWeekly.com. Read all of his reviews there for sure, and you'll be better for doing so. And also, we want to make sure you get out there for Bite 30. Still going on?
That's right. Still going on, I think, till July the 9th, I believe.
Yeah, so maybe next weekend it'll end. Take advantage of that. $35 prefix menu at a number of restaurants. Go to bite30.com and find out where you can go eat as well. I saw somebody giving a big review for Aurora.
So did you and your wife end up going to Aurora?
We didn't, but we're going actually, I believe we're going next Tuesday is when we're supposed to go out there, is when I think we're going. Our friends had to cancel, so we didn't go out alone, but we're going to go give it a shot for sure. But that's bite30.com, and that's a wonderful way to try out some of the restaurants that you love here in Orlando or hear a lot about.
Indeed it is.
All right, buddy. Have a good one, man. Good seeing you as always. There he is, Fayez Carr. Good night.
Yay! Enjoy your butter pastry.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
butter
you
tarts.
again.
Butter tart. You're my little butter tart. He's my little butter tart. All right, buddy. It's brown butter tart, though. All right, 407-916. Nothing. You're fine. All right, back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks for joining us for Primetime Kitchen, brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Look, guys, when you're dialing in your backyard for those special days, Tools has you covered with the best grills out there, Weber, Traeger, and, of course, Big Green Egg. All the accessories you need, all the smoking wood you need, rubs, marinades, everything to make that outdoor experience amazing. You know, those family experiences are extremely special. Make sure you're doing it right with one of these great grills from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. With 11 locations in Central Florida, chances are you're right around the corner from your next dream grill. Find yours today at toolsacehardware.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, good Friday to you. Jamie King here, Fox 35 Storm Center. After a big burst of heavy morning rain and a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning, things calm down as we head through the late morning time frame, but rain chances return as we get to the afternoon at about 40 to 50% coverage, widely scattered showers and storms, hot humid highs in the low 90s. We're low mid-70s tonight, rain chances through the late night at about 40%. On our Saturday, hot and humid 91, rain chance 60%, and on Sunday, a chance of 50%, a high near 92. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King.
This report is sponsored by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. Look sharp, shop smart, and take care of your eyes. Visit America's Best for a professional comprehensive eye exam, plus 2 pairs of glasses starting at just $79.95. Shop online or book an exam at americasbest.com. That's americasbest.com.
Man, when it comes to your house, you want 2 things to be absolutely perfect, your kitchen and your bathrooms. If one of those, your bathrooms, is suffering, I have the answer for you. It's Rebath in Mid-Florida. These guys are awesome, and this is all they do. It's not rebath in gutters or rebath in driveways or rebath in carpet cleaning. It's just bathrooms. All they do is rebuild or remodel your bathroom and give you a beautiful bathroom you can be proud of in your home. And finally, you can actually have those family events at your house. Graduation just passed. Did you have to go somewhere else because you're embarrassed for your guest bathroom? Well, get Rebath in there and see what they can do for you, man. And that's the best thing about this. You can just kind of get these guys to give you a quote, look at your bathroom, give you an idea of what they can do, and then if you want it, man, buy it and have them install it. It only takes 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees. That means you don't have some random construction guys in and out of your house for 2 months, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And I'll tell you something else, guys. If you go and visit their showroom, you will definitely be sold because these are beautiful bathrooms. These products are great. You can put your hands on these products. Feel that quality. Natural stone, travertine, marble, all those beautiful colors you love. That's what they're bringing you. And once you hire these guys, you're done. That's it. Toilets, tubs, lighting, cabinetry, tile, it's all there. And it follows the trends that you see in magazines and TV shows as well. Their design team can take your ideas and their products and turn out a beautiful bathroom you'll be proud of for years. Just hop online, rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters, guys. That's the kind of quality they're bringing. Our buddy Daryl Payne from Paw Affection Dog Training just got 2 bathrooms from these guys, and it changed the entire feel of his house. They can do it for you as well. Again, it's rebathmidfla.com.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Let me tell you something, guys. If you want to make sure that you are in good shape when it comes to your health, man, you got to visit Life Imaging FLA. Let me read you the text I just got on the texting service. This is in real time. Jim, just want to say thank you for possibly saving my life. I did the life image scan yesterday, and my LAD artery, which is the widowmaker, is at the high risk range of heart attack. I had no idea other than minor symptoms. This is no catfish. It's the real deal. That's what Life Imaging FLA does better than anybody. And when it comes to your long-term health care, you want the most information possible. No guessing games, hard data. That way you can create that healthcare plan that's proactive and not reactive. And with my full body scan, just like this guy, I found out I have some issues I have to pay attention to as well. And I'm going to take this information straight to my primary care physician, and I'm going to attack these issues head on, and you can do the same thing. Just call Life Imaging FLA right now. Get that free heart scan. That's right, free heart scan. There are a few minimum requirements, but that's a $699 value. And while you are there, ask about that cancer screening as well. And it's easy. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. Again, it's easy. Pound 250, see the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. Do not wait another minute like that guy right there. Make that very important appointment today. You'll have an option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
On the Born to Love podcast, join Ellie Kemper from The Office and comedian Scott Eckert as they speak with celebrity guests about their lifelong passions. From hobbies and cities to holidays, movies, and more.
Love it or load it. Foam rollers.
Love it.
Yes!
Get in there. Release that lower back.
I told you, Scott, you can do it on any body part.
I believed
Quads,
you.
Lower back, neck.
Listen to Born to Love with Ellie Kemper and Scott Eckert on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
People are winning every single day. Regular people are winning every day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
It's just a fun atmosphere. The pool, the spa, the gaming, the food, the shopping. I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Summer offers don't get any better than this. 0% APR financing at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Plus, make no payments for 6 months. Get our exclusive lifetime warranty. And shop a huge certified pre-owned selection. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com.
This Friday through Monday at Old Navy, grab summer styles for just $2, $4, $6, and $8. Plus, get 40% off everything else. That's 40% off everything for the whole family. Hurry, it's this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy. Valid 6/23 through 6/26. Select styles only.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
My fellow Americans, RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride. And declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is the land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down on first week approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number NY2354. $7 down, $3.89 per month for 84 months. 3.9 APR.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
I'm back! And look at all the fresh from Florida produce I brought home. You have heard of Fresh from Florida, right?
Fresh I have.
That's refreshing to hear.
Fresh from Florida produce is fresh as fresh can get.
And if we're going to freshen up daily meals, it's refreshing to know that locally grown Fresh from Florida produce is available year-round.
Well, that's a breath of fresh air. Got anything else?
Oh, I'm fresh out.
Look for Fresh from Florida where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Oh, when my Marco's craving hits, it really hits. And who wouldn't crave pizza with dough made fresh for a perfectly golden crust? 3 delicious, melty cheeses and savory toppings. I'm craving some Old World pepperoni right now. And with unlimited medium one-topping pizzas for just $6.99 each, I can cover tonight's cravings and tomorrow's. Nice. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
This earful of real radio is sponsored by Skylight Roofing. Roof with us. SkylightRoofing.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1, and happy Friday. No, you're not hearing things. Jim took off a little early tonight. He and his lovely wife are headed out for a date night tonight, decided to hit the road a little bit early. So now you've got Deb and you've got Ross because Jack is also on vacation.
It's all true.
Yeah. I guess the wheels have officially fallen off, but we do have a special guest coming in for the last 2 hours of the show.
I don't even want to announce it.
Nope, we're not.
We're gonna use this entire segment to tease. It's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
It's very cool whenever this happens. I'll give a hint. When other members from other shows,
oh, that's a tease, Ross,
decides to hop on to a different radio program, it's always like a remix.
Well, especially because it does mean they have to do double duty, right?
What do you what?
Well, for anyone to come in from the other shows means they've already done their regular shift.
No, this individual is putting in the Lord's work for us.
Yeah, absolutely, and we appreciate it very, very much. And we invite you to join us at 5. Watch us on YouTube. JimColbertLive.com has the links for you to watch us live on YouTube, where you'll be able to see who exactly will be joining us at 5 o'clock. Most importantly, we appreciate you spending some of your time here with us on the Jim Colbert Show. And before we go to break, I did want to pay off on something I teased about earlier during Woke News. That's in the 3 o'clock hour. We had talked about a federal judge making an important ruling about the drag show law.
Yeah.
So I wanted to let folks know, this is from the Orlando Sentinel, that yes, a federal judge today temporarily blocked that new Florida law that he says is aimed at limiting the rights of drag performers. U.S. District Judge Gregory Presnell of Orlando wrote in his order that, quote, this statute is specifically designed to suppress the speech of drag queen performers, end quote. Continuing, he says, quote, in the words of the bill's sponsor in the House, State Representative Randy Fine, of course, of Brevard County, House Bill 1423 will protect our children by ending the gateway propaganda to this evil drag queen story time, end quote. Presnell's ruling said Fine could not be immediately reached for comment, but this is good news for folks who like Hamburger Marys. Because of this judge's injunction, I guess they'll be able to go on with the show this weekend.
Two things. First of all, whenever you say a judge blocks it, I keep picturing him in an NBA jersey, playing defense on the post and hitting somebody with the Dikembe Mutombo finger.
I was going to say, somebody else watched the draft last night.
I just think that's so funny every time. Judges blocking, and they're not wearing a jersey. They're still wearing their black
robes.
and white. Yeah, their robe.
Bowing up in the middle of the court.
Here. You want some? That's what I keep picturing. And second, I think... this is good news, obviously, for a lot of people, and I'm sure some other people it's bad news, whatever. But it's good news to me. I do find it funny, though, that we're talking about the freedom of speech of drag queens when usually they lip sync.
That is a very good point, Ross.
That
is a very good point.
I think that's worth noting that, to my knowledge, the majority of drag performances, at least that I've seen, is lip sync, and they're nailing it. They're good at lip syncing. The original TikTokers.
There you go.
Drag
there you
queens.
go. Not even original material.
Look at that.
So we're going to go take a quick break once again. When we come back, we're going to have Candace Rich and Rich tips. But not only that, Ross, our secret co-host.
Our secret sauce.
That's right, secret sauce.
Our ace in the sleeve.
So check it out. We'll do that next. So keep it right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Displaying a level of apathy that can only be achieved through years of studying. Okay, guess you don't want to be petted. Cats. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon as you take the interstate east and westbound in the Orlando area, especially through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash blocking the southbound right lane on Goldenrod at Charlin Parkway. No major problems at this time if you're taking the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Petco Love Mega Adopt Florida.
Petco Love Florida Mega Pet Adoption Event is June 23rd through 25th. Join shelters and rescues across Florida to adopt 5,000 pets from one of the participating shelters or events across Florida. Get info at megaadoptflorida.com.
Hey shoppers, this is your local farmer letting you know that Florida watermelon is in season and available in the produce section right now. Whoa, hey, careful now. There's plenty of juicy watermelon and other tasty Florida-grown produce for everyone. I mean, all you have to do is ask for Fresh from Florida or look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo while you shop. We're going to need a lot more help at checkout.
SimpliSafe was named Best Home Security of 2023 by U.S. News and World Report. But we don't do what we do for the accolades. We do it to protect you and everything you love. Our advanced sensors, indoor and outdoor HD cameras, and hazard detectors are powered by live 24/7 professional monitoring, so you get emergency help fast. Get 20% off any new system with Fast Protect monitoring at simplysafe.com/radio. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Backup systems. We depend on them. Even your household budget has one. And Scott Cash Advance. Up to $500 fast with no credit check. Many locations open 24/7. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Let's be real, Florida home insurance is an absolute nightmare. And with hurricane season at your doorstep, you need a home insurance company that you can depend on. That's why there's Open House. They're a tech-enabled home insurance provider that uses smart data to keep your premiums low. And you can get an obligation-free quote in seconds and join your neighbors that are saving hundreds of dollars with Open House. You can also get discounts for your smart life choices like having a gym membership or a dog. So start saving today by going to openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouse.com insurance for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
These days, there are plenty of things to worry about, but keeping pests out of your home shouldn't be one of them. That's why you need Massey Services. Massey eliminates pests before they get inside. They start by carefully inspecting the inside and outside of your home and then focus customized treatments on the outside. Best of all, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. That's the Massey difference. Expect more and get it.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at cooltoday.com.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. We like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Happy Friday, y'all. Hope you're having a great end of the work week. Well on your way to getting that weekend started. Like I said, Jim is off on an early date night with his lovely wife, Tori. Jack is on vacation, but no worries. You've got Deb, you've got Ross.
Yep.
And if you're watching on YouTube, we've got Sabrina from the News Junkie. Woohoo! Sabrina, thank you so much for coming in today.
Yo. Hey, thank you for having me.
We really
What a
appreciate
time.
it. She is in Zoom, Ross. I don't know if she's in the waiting room, but thank you so much for doing double duty today.
Hey, no worries. I love to duty.
We all love to duty.
Yes, we do. It's natural.
Thank you for dutying right here with me.
Yes.
I appreciate it. So, Friday, every Friday at this time, we also do a little thing called Rich Tips with one Candace Rich.
Hey.
Want to get rich? Of course you do. Well, Candace is here to give you a clue. These tips are for entertainment purposes and are not endorsed by the show station or company. That should cover our ass, right? Anyway, it's time for Rich Tips.
Yeah, let's put our hands together for Candace Rich. Yay!
Wow, everything's good.
This is a special
Thank
moment
you.
for me, you guys, because this is the first time that Ross gets to feel what it's like to be Deborah.
To be the minority. I was thinking the same
look
thing.
at that.
This is the
Look at
first.
all of this estrogen.
I know.
It'll be the first time in his life, probably.
And this is the first time I've ever been considered a man. So this is W's all around.
You're a man all the
Too bad
time.
that glass is there. Sabrina, I have the biggest girl crush on you, though.
You know
if
what?
I just played for your team.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're
And I
accepting
want to
members
settle
all
a
the
fight for
time.
you. I know. I need to tell you something, though.
Tell me.
Sean
Careful.
stole a gift that I gave you. I gave you a gift, and Sean stole it. And it's behind him. Do you know what it is?
I do not know, but please tell me.
It's the stress boob.
Oh my God, he did steal it.
I know. And here's the really, really funny, ironic thing, because I didn't know you'd be here today until today. And I have already bought you a replacement stress boob, and I was going
Thank
to
you
mail
so
it
much.
this week to go there.
Because I've
So-
just been using my own boobs as a stress ball, and
it just
so
isn't
I
the
need to
same.
get this back. So those of you just tuning in, or
Yeah. Which
Deb
could
and
include-
Ross, who have no idea what we're talking about,
I have a fair inkling of an idea,
Sabrina
and
likes boobs.
during our one of our live events, I was gifted this beautiful thing, and it was a giant stress ball in the shape of a beautiful breast. And all of a sudden, in the promotion pack up of it all, Sean
stole
ended
it.
up and he put it on his shelf as if he was gifted it. And I called him out for it on the air, and he's like, "Well, I don't know. I guess it's just gonna stay there." And then I did nothing about it. So
Well, now you're going to have your own brand
Thank
new
you. Stress
have
booth.
Press. There you go.
I appreciate you.
So
Look at us.
proof.
Before
See, there you go, Sabrina.
Barely
Proof
remember
of
that.
when I gave it to you.
Before Jack Bradshaw's butt puckers any more than it probably is, Candace, what do you have for us in the financial sector?
Well, I was going to talk about, so Sabrina, my mission when I started this was to get Jim to stop using his debit card. And it only took 40 weeks to get him to finally apply for the Apple Card and do it. And he's already making tons of money.
Oh, yeah.
So my biggest point though to him was, so what I was going to reiterate this week, and I feel like I need to do this once in a while because I know Deborah is still in the debit card club, but I'm not going to blow her up real quick.
No, that's okay. I'm working my way. I've just been without a credit card for so long. I've just lived in the, if you don't have it, you don't buy it world.
Right. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up is, they think of the credit card as a loan. So we really want to look at it as getting those rewards and paying it off every month and making that our goal. And my other goal with Jim all along was pointing out to people, because I know that we still have a huge debit card club out there. And I got Ross was early. He was quick.
Yeah.
It was before his wedding.
I'm about that. That's what I do.
It was like September. No, even before that, because it was August or September that you opened your card and made over $1,000 already in cash rewards.
Help pay for his honeymoon.
Yeah, I'm going to Lake Tahoe next week for my cousin's wedding, and it is paid for by Chase Sapphire points.
See?
Isn't it so much more fun to take a vacation that way? I mean, I don't know why, but some reason
it feels guilt-free. It's honestly changed my perception about spending money on traveling, because I know I'm not alone when someone spends $500 on a plane ticket. A lot of people feel uncomfortable or they're guilty, like, I don't know if I deserve this.
Yeah.
That's not the best financial move. But when it's
put
free,
that $500 toward my mortgage.
Yeah. When it's bonus rewards.
But exactly.
It's fun. It kind of gives it that extra adrenaline rush to it. I think so anyway. But so what I really wanted to point out is one of my favorite things that's offered on not all credit cards. You have to look to see if yours has it. And that is an offer called Purchase Protection. On MasterCard, it's on the ones that are labeled World MasterCards or World Elite. And on Visa, it's Visa Signature Cards. And these are a lot. It's just branding. But Purchase Protection is basically if you make a big purchase, let's say an iPhone, because this legitimately happened to me in my life. Went to Jamaica, got pickpocketed, and someone stole my iPhone, and I had only had it for 2 months. And luckily I had bought it at that time, it was like a Citi Visa Signature Card. And I was able to file a report and get my money back for my iPhone.
Still got your iPhone though.
Yeah, that's right. And they made calls on it. It was so wrong.
Hey, I paid for a pizza party in Kentucky wasn't even invited to.
Rude.
Yeah.
You should have
The
complained.
pizza's delicious.
I have nothing wrong against pizza, but I had gone through one drive-through. You give your card and then it disappears behind and you're like, oh man, I could just tell. Then the bank calls and says, hey, did you pay $65 for pizza in Kentucky? No. And it's like, no, I did not. Thank you for asking.
Not out of your normal spending there, Deborah.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
normally spend this much at the Pizza Hut.
Exactly.
And that's why credit cards are great too. You kind of point that out, Deborah. Credit cards do that for you. Bank and your debit cards, not so much. They're not looking at your spending and what's out of your norm and that's really, you kind of just proved my point. Really, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because your local bank, with you using your debit card purchases, they're not so quick on the fraud and something's going wrong and it's out of your normal spending and everything like that. The credit card, they have a duty to you to look after that because they are going to be held responsible, not you, where the bank can leave you holding the bag. So it's a really neat thing that a lot of people don't look into when they think of using their credit card versus their debit card. Always, if you have a big purchase coming up, something that you really care about, a piece of furniture, something you want a little more extra protection on it, it can also extend your warranty. A lot of credit cards double the warranty. If you have a year, it's going to give you 2 years. So those things really come in handy if you remember how you purchased that big ticket item and what your protections are.
Well, Candace, I know I always appreciate your credit card advice, but what really fascinates me is the stock market stuff that you're playing. I want to hear about what stocks you and your hubby are looking out for. I know there's a True Leave, I guess, is about to go public, I guess, in about
I didn't hear that. That's a great one. That's a weed stock you should look into, Ross.
Yeah, I already got it.
Oh, you did?
Oh, do you have True Leave? But not for Jim.
No, also for Jim.
Oh, Jim
really?
Yeah, Jim bought some of that.
Okay, good. Excellent.
What did he buy it at? Do we know?
Not off the top of my head, no. I would have to use Face ID to log into Fidelity and call me crazy. I don't know if that's going to be a good show.
We'll let you float
No,
for
I'm
that one.
very proud of your performance there. Not so much, but I have was having a conversation with my husband this week because we bought some stock a while back I wanted to spend more money on this at the time, and he should have listened to me, but he didn't. We bought Netflix stock about 8 months ago. It was really, really down, and everybody was down on Netflix, and it was at $180 a share, and it's over $400 a share now. We didn't buy enough of it, so don't come and rob me. But that was one that I was really proud of. And then, of course, the Carnival is still doing exceptionally well. I'm curious where it closed today.
Are there
When I
any other
mentioned
cruise
it-
lines that or is it Carnival is the one that you mainly invest in?
I looked at the others. I did, because there's really only 3. I mean, Carnival owns so many of the other companies, and then there's Royal Caribbean that owns Celebrity Nephew and Norwegian. And those are just higher price stocks. And to be honest with you, the Netflix was out of my norm. I don't like expensive stocks. I just don't think they're as fun.
Right.
I want to be able to buy like 100 shares. I don't want to be able to buy 10 shares or 2 shares. I want to have a portfolio of them, and I want to enjoy it. I don't want my life savings to be in it. This, for me, I'm very conservative. I've always said that. And so the Carnival stock, when I mentioned it was at $6.50 a share, and I know it was at 15 something today. It closed at $15.80 a share today. So anyone that was back in October, and I know that a lot of people doubled their money listening to this, and I'm so happy about that. JetBlue is still one that I'm watching. That's my answer for you, Deborah.
Okay, all right.
Any word on Disney stock? I was looking at it this morning because I was curious, and how that it's down like 50% since 2021 or 2022, and I just are you invested
Yeah,
any
it's
bit
at 88.10.
Yeah.
I am not personally invested. My kids do hold some Disney stock, and I have nothing against Disney stock because that's
a phrase
that's
I've
my
never heard
mentality.
before was my kids hold stock.
I know.
Oh, yes.
Actually, how her kids got their
They're
stock
20 and 22 though.
is a really, really clever idea where the grandparents every birthday, gave them money. And
I had the old bonds, like
a
it
lot,
was
yeah.
like a paper
Savings bonds.
Yeah.
You had to
That
hold it
was
for like 5 or 10 years,
and I
then
used
go
it
into the
all
bank.
on weed when I was in college.
Your grandparents would be so proud.
They would, but they're dead.
I'm sure it helped you with your creativity.
Yes, absolutely, and here I am.
Exactly.
There you go.
Congratulations.
That's what they did. They funded all that.
But keep going. Sorry,
job
the
well done.
professional advice you were talking about.
No, it's okay. Told you I'm part of the club. Or not the club. I'm a wannabe. Anyway. I think Disney it falls into the same category as Carnival. When you look at it, that's a company that you just know.
Right.
You don't need financial advisors to tell you. You just know Disney's not going anywhere. Carnival, it's going to take quite a catastrophe and a few more pandemics to completely sink them. And when it was down to 6 something a share, it's like, well, it's a gamble I'm willing to take. Whereas when I'm looking, Disney is a little more. I think it's like $89 a share I just saw. So, you're not going to buy as many shares of it, but I do think it's a great investment, Ross.
All right.
Well, there you have it.
Because I don't think they're going anywhere. Do you? I mean, they're not leaving Florida.
I was peeping on that Diz stock. I wonder how much that stock, getting toiled, and it's been on, downwards for the last couple, like a little bit of time now. But I wonder how much DeSantis played a role in Disney's stock market when the whole, back and forth.
When that news was out there, it was dipping a bit, but to be honest, the investors are holding tight, and the people who invest in Disney, they're not going anywhere.
And they don't invest based on headlines.
Good move.
I agree with that too.
Yeah,
most of them are pretty
savvy,
conservative and yeah.
Yeah, and know, versus how it's performed over the years and stuff. So still a solid bet if you can afford the stock.
And how much of that stock is still owned by the Disney family, I wonder?
Right, exactly.
They're not going anywhere.
Well, Candace, you're not going anywhere either. We'll have you again back next Friday. Any plans this weekend for you and the hubby? Is he continuing on the mend?
Oh, he is. He started driving this week against his doctor's orders. Yes, I know, it's great.
Hope his
I
doctor
told his
doesn't listen to the show.
I know.
No, but I did tell his doctor last night because I saw him at a club event, and so I said, "Hey, I wanted to tell you your patient is not a good patient," and he did the sign of the rosary and for the city of Jacksonville, and all is good.
Well, listen, you get that Roadrunner back out on the road soon. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
Thank you, you too.
You got it. There she is, Candace Rich with Rich Tips. Yay! Excellent. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more, so keep it right here on The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Expecting perfection, music weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon as you take the interstate east and westbound in the Orlando area, especially through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Looking at a crash blocking the southbound right lane on Goldenrod at Charlin Parkway. No major problems at this time if you're taking the Beach Line or the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by ePass.
The Portable Uni by ePass. Now available in black. A toll pass that blends into your windshield. Finally. And Uni works on toll roads in 19 states. The Portable Uni by ePass. Get yours today on Amazon or go with uni.com.
If you are ready to start looking for a new home or refinance the one you're in, then you need Brad Siebert at wearenotthebanks.com. He has loans for all types of buyers, whether you have good credit or even bumps in your credit. And they deal with all types of loans, VA, conventional, even jumbo loans, and no income documentation loans. I trust wearenotthebanks.com to handle my mortgage loans, so should you. Just go to wearenotthebanks.com and get started. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
Call today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Days. We're celebrating with fun in-store events for IKEA family members and lots of savings.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for extra chairs to host my pickleball team dinner.
We can help you save on that and more.
Great. And that flower crown looks amazing.
Come make your own in-store on June 23rd through 25th. Plus, buy tickets to the June 23rd Swedish Midsummer Buffet at your local store. Go to IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for more details. Offer valid 5/30 to 7/4. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Let's be real. Florida home insurance is an absolute nightmare. And with hurricane season at your doorstep, you need a home insurance company that you can depend on. That's why there's Open House. They're a tech-enabled home insurance provider that uses smart data to keep your premiums low. And you can get an obligation-free quote in seconds and join your neighbors that are saving hundreds of dollars with Open House. You can also get discounts for your smart life choices like having a gym membership or a dog. So start saving today by going to openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouse.com insurance for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Fine jewelry is more affordable than ever right now thanks to IDC's killer zero-interest finance offer. Now through July 2nd, you can get the amazing value price IDC is famous for and enjoy zero-interest financing for 5 years. So that $6,000 diamond ring or tennis bracelet is just $100 a month. While everyone else is raising rates, IDC is rolling back to zero. All hand-picked GIA diamonds are included, so it's easier than ever to upgrade her diamond. Don't miss this limited time offer, only from International Diamond Center.
You've been hearing about IDC's incredible 5-year zero-interest finance offer. But did you know that all of IDC's designers are included in this? Names like Tacori and Baraggio, Simon G, Kurt Cara. Get the handcrafted ring you've always dreamed about and spread your payments over 5 years without paying a dime in interest. And yes, all IDC diamonds are included too, from 1 carat to 20 carats, all shapes. Trust me, do not miss this chance to get the lowest interest rate on the planet. Zero interest for 5 years at International Diamond Center.
4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
I won over $500,000 playing slots. I do this full time and I would not change it for the world. It's fun and I win. I win a lot.
It happens every day. Regular people are winning every single day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
Rover's Morning Glory.
It's The Woody Show.
It's Elliot in the Morning.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
iHeartRadio Music Festival.
All of the best free curated playlists.
It's everything that rocks.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome. All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the
Foo Fighters. Best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already.
Oh, pour a little bit on the ground for Offset.
Rest in peace.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on
Was he
Real
on
Radio.
the submarine?
Real Radio 104.1. Ross, did she take your joke?
No, I'm pretty sure Offset isn't actually on this song.
I thought he was.
No, it's Amigos song, but I think one of them was left off, and I'm pretty sure
It's off Offset.
Was it Offset?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't listen to Migos music now.
Oh.
Because I don't know what's going to happen with them.
Well, I mean, we're 2 out of 3 right now, so if you want to play some bets. I love him and Cardi B.
It's the third Migos that was not on this song.
Okay.
No,
Noted. I was going to quiz you guys later, but here we go with the answer.
Hey, speaking of quizzing, we've got trivia coming up later, and Jim wrote it, so there's a good chance you're going to win. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not, but it felt fun to say. It's not a Brad day. Could be easy. Ooh, I hope Jimmy didn't hear that.
Jimmy, are you listening?
No, he's well on his way to their date night.
Oh, must be nice.
Do you guys do date nights?
Who's you guys? I'm single.
Are you? See,
Yeah,
I have
Deb,
not
are
seen...
you really just finding out? We should have talked about this during the commercial break. Yep, single AF, ready to mingle, kind of. I'm single and ready to put on my baggage to somebody else.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys have been able to lock it in, so I got hopes.
I think
I didn't really intend for that to be so quiet.
Yeah, no, I got you. The best advice, I don't know.
Because I never feel comfortable saying lock it in.
I know like 3 or 4 people I think that would be perfect for you, Sabrina.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Why are you just mentioning this now?
I don't know.
Because he saved it for a break when we needed some content.
Got it.
He's
Yeah.
a radio professional above all other things.
And I assume that you are saying females, right?
Yeah, females.
Okay.
They are, 2 of them are dancers.
Say no more.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah,
Done?
that's fine. Yeah, all good. And then I also, in my single 30s life.
Yeah, okay, question though.
Go on.
One of their names is Sabrina.
Sabrina. I mean, that'll be really easy.
Could you date somebody with your name?
Yeah.
Right?
I think I'd rather date someone with my name than one of my ex's names.
There you go.
I think that's something I would rather avoid. So yeah.
But that's an interesting question. Could you date someone who had an ex's name, and would it matter on the amount of time that passed?
Yeah, I don't think
Because
I
some
could
names
ba-
are pretty common.
Yeah, and like my most recent ex, I don't know if I could date another one of that same name.
No.
Even the same. I mean, maybe if it was spelled differently, but
There's one time I went through a nasty breakup, and like there were orders of food that would piss me off.
Lord,
I am
explain
triggered
that
by
one.
everything, Ross.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're
You
talking
know what I'm
about.
talking about? Like, I don't want to hear a Maroon 5 song,
No,
and
sir.
I don't want to even look at seaweed salad.
I can't eat onions.
Yeah.
I go, but they loved onions,
Hey,
and I'm like, F onions now.
I have
Who
to tell
needs
you
them?
what. I feel that way about soccer and Formula One.
Oh, damn.
Look at that.
Is this a good time to promote the Orlando Pride game that I'm working tomorrow?
Local soccer, yeah. Just, he was a Man U fan. What can I say?
Yeah.
That
well,
says everything right there,
boo.
right?
There's
Kidding for all you Man U fans.
Yeah, there's a lot of fans out there.
No, there
Yeah.
are. It's one of the biggest soccer clubs in the world. But
I'm a fan of the Ted Lasso one. Are they real?
No.
Okay.
That team?
Yeah.
No. All the other teams
they
were.
played real teams.
Yeah, all the
That's
other
not
teams.
fair.
See, I wonder, this is what I'm kind of hung up on right now. If you date somebody with your own name and then it doesn't go well, right?
Mhm.
right?
are you going to have that same level of disdain for your name the same way we do for seaweed salad and onions?
Whoa.
Ooh, I don't know. I
That's
don't
a
think
good
so.
question. But I don't know. Think about it.
I have not met a lot of Sabrinas in my life up until the last couple years. Like, I feel like I'm meeting more Sabrinas in the last 2 to 3 years than I have in my entire lifetime.
Are they in similar age, or are we talking
No,
like...
all different, like, types. You know, there's one Sabrina in particular that works for, like, one of iHeart's buddies, you know,
Right,
like
or subsidiaries.
a company that we work for all the time, and I get her emails all the time by
Yeah.
accident, and with that we've become friends because they keep sending what seems to be internal emails that I should not be seeing, and then I will say, I think you meant that for another Sabrina.
So,
But first I made a copy.
Speaking of names, and Jim isn't here. There's a long list of Ross thoughts that I've always wanted to do. Right?
Okay.
Tons. Some of them are like really crazy. I've always wanted to hire a mariachi band and not tell Jim and just right in the middle.
I got a number for you.
Yeah, it just gets blitzkrieged, which is a German term
You-
for a Mexican band, but whatever.
Right up Real Radio's alley.
And there is an opportunity for you to hear Ross thoughts if that's never happened before. That'll be happening at 6.
Yeah. So one of those things, because we're talking about names, I've always thought this would have been so funny. Jim's not listening. He's whatever.
Are we sure?
No, but whatever.
He's too far from the station to stop this
Yeah,
hellhole.
he can't stop
Yeah,
it.
no. This
So-
show is going, people.
One of my goals for Ross Thoughts has always been to find another Jim Colbert and get another Jim Colbert on air. Because I don't know if you know this, but that name, Jim Colbert, extremely common.
Really?
Like very vanilla pants.
Let's go.
So is Deborah Roberts.
There-
Florida has more Deborah Roberts than any other state in the country.
So, Deb, would you believe me
Is that why you changed the spelling of your name?
you got to differentiate. You know, I'm trying to split some. Take a left when everyone's zagging.
It's worth mentioning that, I guess I'll be honest, but my name is actually Samantha Smith.
Look at that.
Sabrina Ambra is my stage name.
Is it really?
No, Deb, it was.
God, I'm gullible.
I gotcha. No,
You
it's
did.
that's what me and Russ are here for. It's the
The trickery.
the low 30s, and we do quick pranks. But no, Sabrina Ambra. I will say though, it was the last couple years that my dad's last name, if it wasn't for the Ancestry.com Christmas gift we gave him a couple years ago, I would probably be of other last names. I can't necessarily dive into it, but for Christmas, I gave my dad the realization that his family tree is a little bit different.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
No.
Merry Christmas. Your life's been a lie.
The whole time.
No.
It was awesome. And that was sarcastic too. That was another prank. It was not awesome. But at least all the kids, I'm one of 4, we all pitched in together, so it wasn't just me.
Okay, yeah.
The truth will set you in. Sometimes you'll cry.
All the kids completely, it took the rug that was his life and just ripped it from under him. But that being said, Sabrina Ambra stays
Well, that's good.
for the time being.
So for the last month,
Have you found a Jim Colbert to sit with Jim Colbert?
I've been emailing Jim Colbert's
Have you really?
once or twice a week.
Are any of them looking like Jim?
What? 2 of them, yes. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah,
Get
we
all
do.
of them in here.
This is YouTube gold right here.
This is the golden segment that I need. This is like my magnum opus.
Did you just want permission from Sabrina and I to bring a Jim Colbert in to
I was
sit
gonna
with
No
Jim
permission.
Colbert?
I'm thinking use the airwaves to. Yeah, if you know a Jim Colbert that looks like Jim Colbert, email Ross.
That's what I'm doing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, do
Well,
it.
I want to
All day.
give you guys a little sample of one of the emails that I sent.
Let's go.
Pacific Northwest Jim Colbert, who is a
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, I believe he's a
You
professor.
have to fly him in.
Yeah, well, no, I was just gonna get him to call in and
or
be like,
Zoom.
"Oh, whose show is it?
Yeah.
Everything's crazy." But listen, this is how crazy this email has been being sent to all these Jim Colberts. Hi, parentheses. This will be the weirdest email you will get today. End parentheses. My name is Ross Padgett. I'm a comedian / radio personality down in Orlando, Florida. I'm reaching out for the silliest of reasons. The radio show that I'm on is called The Jim Colbert Show. That's right. There's another Jim Colbert show there's another Jim Colbert who has a radio show in Orlando. I'm his millennial sidekick who brings a comedic segment every weekday at 6 p.m.
Wow.
You might now know where this is going. Yes, the internet is wild. You are the first Jim Colbert I've reached out to. I lied. He's probably like the 7th. When searching for a Jim Colbert, I noticed that you are an artist and a musician, which tells me you aren't afraid of an audience.
Oh, and he's everything opposite of our Jim Colbert. I love where this is going.
Jimmy played music one time in the 90s.
Yeah, okay.
And you're the Jim Colbert that gives me the best chance of this crazy idea of a segment working. If you had anything to promote, we could make that work or whatever. I'm not wealthy, but I'll send you money for lunch.
Maybe some free
selling it, dude.
station swag. You could have offered some never mind.
Selling it.
At the very end, it says, weirdest email all day, right?
Any response?
No response. I'm 0 for like 7 on these Jim Colbert emails.
Wait a minute. So a musician and an artist in the Pacific Northwest, a.k.a. the very embodiment of Portlandia, found your email to be too weird to respond.
So if anybody's out there...
Honestly, too long. I think give him a 140 character.
One thing, right?
Or how about just be like, hey, your name's Jim Colbert. I found your brother. Email me back.
Exactly.
Let's get on a phoner.
Like I was cracking myself up just going. I was like on a Jim Colbert dating website, just going through Jim Colbert after Jim Colbert, trying to
I
contact.
can't believe there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
What email did you use?
I used. That's my problem.
Yeah, if you use the
Booty King 69.
Yeah, you got to use your iHeartRadio one so they can be like, oh yeah, okay.
I sent them links. I'm trying to. So if you guys know any Jim Colberts out there,
we've got thanks to the iHeartRadio app, we get texts all the time, 77031 from folks out in Portland. Did it say specifically what state he's in?
I gotta go back to his website.
What about finding a black Jim Colbert?
Yeah, that would be great. Hell yeah, man, that would be so dope. Be like, oh, Jim, look at that, 2023 getting replaced. Just got the email from iHeart. Need more diversity. So,
by the way, do you know how to post our question of the day?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
So I think it's. What do you guys think? Good question would be: would you date a person with an X's name?
That one, okay.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't know if I could get into a relationship even with somebody
with
named
another Ross.
Oh yeah, or like a Rosa. And I could do a Rosa.
Well, someone said one of the coolest, hottest girls. One of the coolest, hottest girls I ever met had the same name as my brother, and I could not date her because of it.
No, yeah, he's right. He's right.
Okay, so
seriously,
you want to be transparent here? There was one time where I had stumbled upon a adult film.
Oh.
And then upon
watching it a few
what's this
times
about? Like I realized like there's a bit of a build up here.
You went for the storyline.
And then as soon as like things started happening, I'm like, things are happening with me. I see a tattoo that I recognized.
Oh my God.
No.
Not someone that I knew, but someone that I knew had that tattoo. And I was like, nope, shut it down.
Yeah.
It was just a tiny little sun. And I'm like, I know somebody who I would never, ever be in a sexual relationship with the same tattoo. And I'm like, you just ruined it.
Yeah.
And I'm done with this.
And now daylight turns you off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, so I just masturbate at night now.
Yeah, sunrise to sun noon. You're just a straight frown
Which
town.
I will have to get out of here as soon as the sun goes down.
Well, we've got you till at least sometime after 8.
Yeah, no problem.
You're good. We'll get you home before
Sick.
then.
I remember.
So you can't even watch CBS Sunday Morning when that sun logo comes on. You're all just dry and
horny
depressed.
and sad.
What's the worst tattoo you've seen?
Oh, I mean, we could go for days.
Right? Like, there are some gnarly bad tattoos out there.
Monster logos is the top one for me.
A monster logo?
Yeah.
Going hard.
And I have seen it too many times. I thought the first person I worked at a pizza shop with was like, check out my new lower back tattoo of the full-blown monster logo. And then since then, I've seen quite a few of them, at least 2 handfuls. And I said, did they pay you for that? No, I just love Monster so much.
Hell
that I
yeah.
will have their logo on my body for the rest of my life.
What if
you have a heart attack because you drank too much Monster? I don't understand why that energy drink has so much of a pull.
Yeah, people love that drink.
Yeah, but to the point of tattooing?
Like the claw? Was it like the three
It's
claw?
a 3 claw.
I just
Like
love
big.
Monster, man.
Yeah.
I
all
remember the famous Stars and Straps or famous stars. There was the F that got tattooed on a fair amount of people.
And plus the barbed wire.
Barbed
You
wire.
got that.
Gotta love it. One of my favorite Jim Colbert Show memories was Jack comes out and goes, "Yeah, I have a dragon tattoo. I got it when I was 19."
A dragon.
Jack has a dragon tattoo.
On
He got
his-
it. Well, he got it when he was 19, and I
Yeah.
asked him, I said, "Do you regret it?" He goes, "Yeah, I got a dragon tattoo when I was 19. Still
There's
kills me.
There was this window of straight white dudes that got like ridiculous tattoos on their bodies without consideration of what this, society would be at. Just 5 years later.
Yeah, Chinese symbols. I got a friend with 3 Chinese
A
symbols.
lot of them with lower back tattoos too that they won't admit to, but a lot.
Is it
Sean
true?
Watson.
Is it true he has a tramp stamp?
Yes.
No.
Tramp stamp is not what he calls it. He calls it a lower back tattoo.
He can
and
call
he's-
it whatever he wants. It's
He's
a tramp
working
stamp.
on getting it out, but he is amongst like at least 8 guys that I know his age that got them when they were like 19.
But I've never
right
met
there in that spot.
Never met a man with a tramp stamp. That's usually always
You're not
some
banging him from the back.
Yeah.
Have you tried, Deb?
No.
It was a valid response.
It was. No, not an angle I actually ever considered, but it's not, which is why the reason you normally see them on females, right?
One of the worst tattoos I have ever seen that made me go, wow, rest of your life, bud.
I'm ready.
Every day.
I'm ready to hear it.
He had Bart
Oh, no.
mooning,
Ay caramba.
but his belly button
There we go, is the O-ring.
was Bart's
Yes.
outro.
I've seen that.
And I just thought, this man is going to be a father,
No.
a grandparent.
No, he's not.
He was with
also-
his family. It was a family of 4.
Think about the position he had to be in for 4 hours on that table to get that tattoo.
Like, and when you tell a joke for 4 hours, about minute 2, you go, yeah, I get it. This guy had to sit there and find it funny for 4 hours straight.
You know who didn't find it funny? The tattoo artist.
Right, exactly. Or his belly button.
I mean, did you?
I also
No,
saw.
did not think that one through.
When I was over in the swamp with Shrek, you would meet some super fans every now and then.
Princess Fiona.
Yeah. And this woman walked up and goes, "Donkey, I love you so much.
No.
I got you tattooed," and it was a lower back tattoo of Donkey.
And she was talking to the person who was Donkey's
being
friend
Donkey
inside a
yeah
suit.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
I just remembered thinking, for the
the
rest
rest
of
of
your
your
life,
life.
bud. Oh my God. Imagine that one night stand.
Imagine all of us when we're 80 years old. The stories and the things we're going to listen to on the loudspeaker were like full-blown dementia, and we hear WAP, and all of a sudden our memories come back.
Like
That's wild.
There has to be one guy who hooks up with Donkey lower back tat and just has to assume waffles in the morning. They have to. They have to go fulfill the prophecy.
And on that note, trivia's next, y'all. Load up the phones, 407-916.
Jimmy's never going to ask me to come do this again.
He's never going to let me host again.
I'll find another Jim Colbert.
And now you definitely have to find a black Jim Colbert. But load him up for trivia. We're going to do that next, 407-916-1041. So keep it right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Oh.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by LASIK Plus.
Chris Paul's on the move again, heading to the rival Warriors. With CP3, the Warriors are now older and smaller. Sure, Steph can now play more off ball, but does Golden State need more guards? Their offense is built on speed, movement, and motion, and Chris Paul's the opposite. He gives the Warriors another aging star, but does it make them better? Not sure. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Do it. Take the first step towards LASIK and score a great deal at LASIK Plus today. Right now, LASIK Plus is offering $1,000 off their Wave Light Laser when treated in July. That's $500 off per eye with guaranteed financing. Visit mylasicoffer.com for details.
Not a lot of things last an entire lifetime, but at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, your lifetime vehicle warranty does. Get our exclusive nationwide lifetime warranty with unlimited miles and unlimited time at no additional cost. Only at Sutherland Nissan Orlando, OrlandoNissan.com.
June is buzzing with more Daytona Live. GAPT's $100,000 guaranteed multi-day poker tournament at the Daytona Beach Racing and Card Club, June 22nd through 26th. This $100,000 guarantee is only a $200 buy-in with 20,000 units with an exciting live stream from the Daytona Live Poker Room. $100,000 GAPT guarantee, June 22nd through 26th at the Daytona Beach Racing and Card Club at I-4 and I-95 on Williamson Boulevard.
Applebee's daily deals for $9.99 and under. There's a deal every day for everyone. Just $9.99 and under. That's all day, every day. Get into your local Applebee's now. Daily deals are dine-in only in limited locations listed on nrpneighborhood.com. Limited time only while supplies last. Participation varies.
My fellow Americans, R.C. Hill here from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. I think it's high time we celebrate. To help you relieve stress and start having fun again. It's time to let freedom ride and break free from your old ride and declare your independence in a nicer, newer car for just $7 down. Have you been feeling put down, fed up, or just plain tired? Then it's time to let freedom ride. So keep your cash and drive a new 23 Outlander for just $7 down. All RC Hill Mitsubishis include a lifetime limited warranty. Even if you've heard no in the past, America is a land of opportunity. And I believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car today. So kick your old ride to the curb and let freedom ride for just $7 down. But hurry, this celebration ends soon. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Get free at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
$7 down requires state approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Example, stock number N12354. $7 down, $3.99 per month for 84 months, 3.9 APR.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida, someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at autio.com.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Okay, next time you're at the store, I dare you to not think about the unmistakable fresh, clean scent of Irish Spring. Yeah, you heard me. I want you to resist picturing a shower filled with those sensational Irish Spring suds. And if you succeed, well, you got what my gramps used to call resolutitude. Not a real word, but let's be honest, you're probably going to end up leaving with Irish Spring because of its irresistible scent and because you have zero resolutitude. Pick up Irish Spring today.
Orlando Science Center explores the science behind where dogs came from, how they experience the world, and what makes our bond with them so special. In Dogs, A Science Tale, hands-on exhibits will let you see, hear, and smell the world just like dogs do. Get tickets at osc.org.
Hello, Floridians.
Today is a good day to do great things. Yes, like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah. Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
This Friday through Monday at Old Navy, grab summer styles for just $2, $4, $6, and $8. Plus, get 40% off everything else. That's 40% off everything for the whole family. Hurry, it's this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy. Valid 6/23 through 6/26. Select styles only.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a great end of the work week, ready to get that weekend started. Thank you so much for spending part of it with us here. We've got you covered actually through the whole weekend with Real Music Weekends. Right now, Jim will be back on Monday. He took off early to take his wife on a date night. Jack is on vacation. You've got Ross. You've got Deb. We've got Sabrina. She's just taking a little break. And speaking of Ross, he's got your sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga chugga.
Choo choo!
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see the original Misfits coming to Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater down in Tampa. The show is tomorrow. And that is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando Moving and Storage Company. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that will get you a discount. Book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com. I don't know, Ross. I'm feeling a little sassy. Should we bring back Dominatrix Deb for this segment?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, you said that a little...
I'm very excited. I make me squeal like a little pig girl, Deb.
Excellent. So who's our first caller today, Ross?
Let's welcome Patrick on line 5.
Patrick, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am fat and sassy. Would you like to play a little game?
I would love to.
Careful, you know the Dominatrix is back today.
I'll be just like Ross. I'll be like a little boy.
All right.
Pig girl. You're a little pig girl.
Okay. Let's do it. Patrick's just excited, Sabrina. Okay, Patrick, you know how we do this. Jim writes a statement followed by 4 facts. One of those facts, however, is a lie. Sniff out that lie, and you'll get to go to Ross's sauce jar. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, here we go. Listen carefully. On this day in 1989, iconic superhero movie directed by a weirdo, played by a comic, bad guy as a Hollywood icon. That's right, the original Batman was released. Here are 3 fun facts about Tim Burton's Batman and 1 tool belt full of lies.
Rachel!
Number 1, Michael Keaton only kept 1 piece of memorabilia from the set, Batman's cape and chest emblem. Number 2, Tim Burton had to go horseback riding with Jack Nicholson before he would agree to play the Joker. Number 3, it was the first film in cinema history to hit $100 million in sales in just 10 days. Or number 4, the Batman boots were designed and built by Nike.
A shot in the dark, number 1.
I don't have to make you squeal like a little pig, Patrick, because you're the winner right off the bat.
My.
Awesome!
Yeah. What are you happier about, Patrick? Winning on the first try or not having to squeal like a little pig for me?
Not having to squeal like a little pig.
Okay, well, there you go, Patrick.
That's right, you little bitch.
Hang on, Patrick. I don't know why that made me laugh so hard. Congratulations, Patrick. We hope you enjoy seeing the original Misfits. Yes, that indeed is the lie. Turns out, apparently he didn't want to keep anything from that set. A ton of A-listers were considered for the role of Batman. Do you guys remember any of the other names that were bandied about as possibilities?
Keanu, maybe? No, that's not true.
George Clooney. No, he had the nipples one.
We have got Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Who I cannot imagine at all as Batman. Tom Selleck. Harrison Ford.
That's the one that I remember.
Charlie Sheen. Bill Murray. And even Pierce Brosnan, just to name a few.
Did you hear about Pierce Brosnan's poo-poo incident?
No, I didn't. I heard that his house got robbed. Hey, Patrick, we're going to put you on hold, and then Ross is going to...
Pat.
Thank you, Patrick.
I just want to let all the listeners know that you're still on air. Say what's up.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, everyone clap for Patrick. Honk your horns for Patrick. He just won tickets. Beating Jim's trivia on the first try. Yeah, go ahead. So... What's the poo-poo incident?
It was like the same story. But
I read that recently his house got broken into.
It was some man that in the neighbor's yard, he decided to defecate and urinate, and then went over to Pierce Brosnan's house to wipe up. Yeah, and then that's what he got charged with. He got charged with robbery because he used Pierce's water to clean himself up. There's the trivia question for next week.
There you go, Patrick. Tuck that away in your mind.
Oh, that was tucked away. I was still wondering if you guys knew that I was still on air.
Oh, we do. Absolutely.
idea.
So please don't swear.
A lot of trust in you right now.
I think, is it a good time to put him on hold? Or?
Yeah.
Thank you, Ross. A couple of real quick facts before we turn it over and find out just what's coming up for Ross.
He's still on the air, isn't he?
Listen,
he's off, but he's still there.
Is he still there? Hey, kudos to Ross, man. He's doing all this producing
job,
today.
Ross.
He had to do a lot of brand new first-time stuff today. He's had the show on the air, connected with Jimmy, who was at his home studio today. Real quick, just a couple of other cool facts. Batman was supposed to introduce Robin, but they waited until Batman Forever to make that move. It was Michael Keaton was unable to hear while in the Batman costume.
What was that?
He got me once today, Sabrina.
All right.
And then finally, Tim Burton wasn't a big fan of Prince's soundtrack.
Really?
That should be sacrilege,
Right.
isn't it?
Yeah, also, Tim Burton, what the hell are you thinking?
Right, exactly.
Well, I just learned about this specifically about the soundtrack of that original Batman film.
Right.
Danny Elfman is the composer of the main Batman soundtrack. Seal, but same decade. And but Danny Elfman does the major motion soundtrack for that first Batman film, and he almost didn't do it because of Prince.
Really?
Because Warner Brothers goes, hey, you are collabing with Prince on this movie to make the soundtrack. And Danny Elfman was, at the time, he wasn't known for, scoring movies, especially major motion pictures.
Right.
So Danny Elfman said, I'm not going to do that because if I do that, I'm trying to make my name in this category of life, in this aspect of movie making.
Right.
And if I collab with Prince, no one's going to give me
the credit.
Anything. So what they decided to do was give Prince I think Prince did like a couple of songs that were very poppy, Prince-esque, those pop songs in that movie. But all the orchestra, that's Danny Elfman because he held true. He drew a line in the sand and said, give me the symphony stuff. He can do the pop stuff, but we're not going to come together and make a score for the entire film.
Major win for someone who at the time didn't have the name recognition.
Yeah.
But of course, Danny Elfman, now, that name, you're like, oh, yeah. Name a movie just about.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
A lot of movies.
I think to a lot of his fans, they were surprised to see that amount of success scoring movies because now he's a top 4 composer.
Well, think of John Williams. You cannot watch a Steven Spielberg. You cannot watch Jaws and not know John Williams' music.
Yeah.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
In the multi-millions or billions?
I would say millions. I don't think it would be billions.
What, money?
Yeah.
John Williams?
John Williams potentially.
Williams in the millions or billions?
I think it would
millions.
depend. I think it would depend on what kind of like contract structure they had, because I mean, look up the
True.
Writers Guild. The whole reason we're like what? How many days and weeks? We're almost 2.5
2
months
months,
into
yeah.
the writers' strike.
Yeah.
And it's all because of the studios trying to squeeze everyone below them. to make-
Radio will never go on strike, though, so you'll have us forever.
forever and ever. Hey Ross, what's coming up for Ross Thoughts?
John Williams is a prolific music conductor who has a net worth of $300 million.
Wow.
Oh my God, he was born in 1932. The man's 91.
Oh, he's dying soon.
He was a kid in World War
He's
II.
in
Yeah,
my
he was.
Deadpool next year for sure.
Playing Deadpool.
Oh, I have been for the last couple years.
He's-
I won a couple years ago too.
I
It's
just-
sick. It's not that you want your people
Jimmy
to die. You want other people in the pool. their
Jimmy
people
plays
to
that,
live.
I believe. Doesn't Jimmy have a Deadpool
He likes Deadpool.
in the movie?
Yeah. it's-
Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Ross Thoughts. This is what's going down. There's
All right.
something that I have that I don't know if Sabrina has one. I'm 98% sure, Deb, you have one.
Fleshlight.
It is one of the biggest influences of my life, and I genuinely feel bad for people who don't have one of these.
All
and,
right.
I will explain to you the pros and cons of having one of the biggest and best entities that one person can have.
We'll uncover that mystery and more.
tease.
I know.
That was an epic one.
That was an epic tease. And
I
we'll-
meant it.
And we'll take care of that next. So keep it right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
If Twitter is imploding, we're going along for the ride. Join us at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Still looking at your normal afternoon delays on I-4 this afternoon as you travel east and westbound on the interstate between US 27 and the 429 and between Sand Lake and Central Florida Parkway. Normal delays reported along the Beach Line and the Greenway this afternoon. Also expect some slowdowns east and westbound through downtown Melbourne on the 408. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by
Wawa.
Wawa Hoagie Fest is back, and they're celebrating 15 years of hoagie love with $5 shorties and $6 classics in any variety. Gotta have a Wawa.
Eating good is about more than just tasty food. Eating good is about doing good, too. And that's exactly what Fresh from Florida is all about. Supporting local Florida farmers, creating jobs in our communities, and of course, making sure you can enjoy all the fresh flavors Florida has to offer. Because produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. So eat good tonight. Look for the Sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop. Learn more at followfreshfromflorida.com.
We hear you, Orlando, loud and clear. You are growing, people are thriving, and business is booming. Ocean Bank has been helping businesses grow for over 40 years. And now, we are here to bring you even more possibilities with our new branch right in the heart of the city. The power of Ocean has come to Orlando. Visit us at our new branch in downtown or go online to oceanbank.com to learn more. Ocean Bank, member FDIC.
So there I was, deep in the heart of the jungle. You know, solving all the puzzles, doing my thing. Then I see it. The lost treasure of Simia. I grabbed it and hightailed it out of there in my Nissan Rogue. Suddenly, arrows. Fire. Now, I know this may sound like an epic tale of adventure, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. The temple crumbles, boom, crash, but I'm too fast with my trusty VC turbo engine.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select 2023 Nissan Rogue trims. Availability is limited. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months on new 2023 Rogue, excluding S-Trim and dealer stock. Example, 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. N7523.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
On the Born to Love podcast, join Ellie Kemper from The Office and comedian Scott Eckert as they speak with celebrity guests about their lifelong passions, from hobbies and cities to holidays, movies, and more.
Love it or loathe it. Foam rollers.
Love it.
Yes!
Get in there. Release that lower back.
I told you, Scott, you can do it on any body part.
I believed
Quads,
you.
Lower back, neck.
Listen to Born to Love with Ellie Kemper and Scott Eckert on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Take life by the chip and dip it with 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Choose 2 full-size entrees, an appetizer, and 2 drinks for just $20. Smack my and call me Sally. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Only at Tijuana Flats.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Type of girl giving out the fake cell phone name.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. We could just keep playing this
all day,
all the time.
Wu-Tang Forever.
Did you pick the Rejoin music, Ross?
Yeah. This is Most Death, Miss Fat Booty, Black Star, changed my life.
It's not Wu-Tang at all, is it?
No.
All right. But Wu-Tang Forever nonetheless.
Far more forever in the 90s, but nonetheless forever.
Welcome back, like I said. Jim took off early for a date night. He'll be back with us on Monday. Jack is on vacation. He'll be back with us in a little while. You've got Deb, you've got Ross, you've got Sabrina filling in.
Yay.
Thank you again, Sabrina, for coming in. We really do appreciate it. You've already done your shift today. You know, you've already done your gig, so.
I am just here loose, all cylinders firing, so let's see if they'll ask me to do it again after I'm done with you.
I know I will.
All right.
And speaking of Ross, he has some thoughts.
It's weird. It's funny.
Well, we'll find out.
Sometimes.
I regret that.
It's Ross. spelled like sauce.
To the point where
It's Ross Thoughts.
like months later, I was like, hey, can we make it sometimes funny? And then everyone eye rolled, and then Jack actually did it, and then it made it worse. Welcome to Ross Thoughts. My name's Ross, and Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing because
Yum.
they make a great beer. If you're into beer and you haven't tried Persimmon Hollow Brewing, you gotta change that because you're depriving yourself of delicious tastes. This is the one thing that I have going for me that I wish everybody could experience this. And sometimes I hear just heart-wrenching stories about people and their siblings. I have a brother. Deb, you have a
Nice
brother.
guy.
Yes, I do.
Sabrina,
Yes,
you have a brother.
I do. I have a brother and 2 little sisters as well.
I don't know. I don't know how close you are to them, but my brother currently lives with me, and in a lot of ways,
That I did not know.
I have fallen back in love with my brother, and also in a lot of ways, I have found out that you do that. Well, why would you do that? Well, what about? All right, It's so odd. This is what I've learned so far in this little life. When I was young, say I was 6 or 7, I remember my dad saying very few things more than once. But the thing that he told me and my brother the most, there's going to be one day that you guys are only going to have each other. And he would always say that when we're in the middle of a fight.
Right.
All right.
They love to say that.
I think that's
They do.
I think that's the hacky dad response that your go-to.
It is. And then $5 right after that is, one day we're not going to be here.
Oh.
And you guys are just going to have each other.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, huh?
I think every brotherhood that's the foundation of just parents reminding us, like, hey, we're going to die.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then what? And then what?
We're going to die a
I'm gonna
gruesome
go,
death.
I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Listen, you guys
Why are you saying this? We're all 8 years old.
You guys only are going to have each other when I die really bad.
Yeah. It's going to be morbid.
It's going to be so dark.
Sick.
They would always bring that up.
Oh,
and,
bad.
there's very few times that I can look at my dad and say he was right. This is one of them. Because the older I get, the more I appreciate my brother. And it's also, it's different as now that I've gotten old enough to be, some may consider an adult. I'm 33. He's 40. And
Doesn't that feel weird to say?
It's weird. My entire life, I've looked up to him, and I still look up to him. Don't think that I don't, but this is the first time that we're close age mentally.
Well, you're both men now.
Well, when he was 30, I was 23. When he was 23, I was 16. So we were never in the same era or the same tier of adulting.
After 30, it's like, we're pretty much this.
Yeah,
exactly. This is it.
Yeah, and that's a jagged pill. It hit me at 31. I was like, all right, this is the rest of this. This is life. This is existence. And
Yet I'm
I'm
still dressing like I'm 16 for some reason.
I'm not afraid of a backwards hat. Everything's looking up. But I look at my brother, and ever since he moved in, it's like I said, it's that now that we're both adults and we're having these adult conversations, and now we're having adult conversations about childhood arguments.
Oh,
that apparently have not died.
Ooh.
I'm on the team of like, bro, you got to get over that. That happened a long time ago. Yeah, I broke your Sega Genesis.
But it traumatized him.
Yeah.
And it's something he thinks about. He has been thinking about for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
I've
And he
had
brought
the
that
same
up.
conversation with my siblings. And I'm like, can we have talked about this maybe 10 years ago?
Yeah, something.
Seriously? Really?
I was not expecting to have us be in our 30s talking about the broken Sega Genesis.
Did you apologize?
I did. Not seriously.
Okay. See, now he's going to bring it up in 10 years from now.
Oh, he's going to bring it up when he gets home tonight. What are you talking about?
Probably.
So he literally brought up the broken Sega.
Sega Genesis. Yeah.
Sorry.
He was trying to get a Sonic on, and I said, no, you're not going to
And
play
you
Sonic.
broke it?
I didn't pick it up and slam it. I wanted him to play with me.
Right.
I was a very energetic kid.
That's a great excuse as an adult.
I was.
Okay, you sound like his brother now.
He was falling short on being a big brother.
Chase.
Oh.
I was going ahead and be like, play with me, play with me, play with me. And then he was sonicking.
What did you want to play?
I didn't want to play a game. I wanted to go outside. I just wanted his
got it.
attention. So next thing I know, I straight 300 Leonidas kick a Sega Genesis.
Sega.
Yeah, done. Off. Breaking. Broken. Never coming back. And then he cried. And I don't think he ever really recovered. I think that dictated more than a decade of his life.
It sounds like if he brought it up recently.
Right?
That you should buy him a Sega Genesis and put it to bed.
And now they're like more money than ever.
Of course.
Because they're
Had
vintage.
you not broken that, both of you would have been in the tens of thousandaires.
Exactly.
Would have been so much nicer. But it's just so cool that I get to experience that, but at the same time, I get it's bittersweet because I know not everybody gets along with their siblings.
Yeah.
Not everybody, gets to grow old with their siblings. Not everybody gets to be as lucky as I am and have their brother move in their early 30s.
Thank God my siblings aren't listening because they're like, we'll move in.
Yeah.
And that's a hell no right now.
So you can enjoy seeing your siblings front and back scratch at 9 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, I mean, my brother stayed with me not too long ago, and it was like a good time.
How long did he stay?
He stayed for like 2 weeks.
Okay, so that's a good amount of time.
I'm 4 months deep.
Sabrina, would you want your brother to or your two little sisters to come for 4 months or 2 months?
If they needed to, they're more than welcome. But I also am very fortunate to have like a bit of a mother-in-law suite in the back. So I'm just like,
hey,
you're back there. We'll turn on the wall units, and I get the house to myself.
And then you learn about like little new isms that I didn't know when my brother wants something. He talks like this.
Oh,
what do you mean?
Are those sliced almonds? Are those almonds? Is that coffee? You guys mind if I? It's always this like
I met your brother and I've never heard that voice, but
it's this triple question mark. A normal question is, "Hey, how are you doing today?" Hey, how are you guys doing today? It's like, what do you want? What do you? It is so different. I'm like, this
a Sega Genesis, dude. This would have never been an issue.
What I want.
This is not a thing you've been doing your whole
slam
life.
it in half.
Is that a bowl of dried cranberries? Is that what that is? Is that trail mix? Chocolate chips?
Based on all the examples you just gave, like, do you just have an entire cupboard of things that you can eat in the apocalypse?
Yeah. We are super bad for the apocalypse. I'm the worst guy if zombies happen. If zombies happen, Sabrina, I'm knocking on your door with like milk and ice.
Yeah,
and I'm
come
like,
on in.
I'm prepared.
And
I got
have,
avocados.
Dude,
40 pounds of cat litter, and I don't know what that means.
I got to be part of this crew because during Hurricane Charlie, I bought nothing but dairy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, what are you doing? I mean, hell yeah.
It's like, let's just put it in the fridge and then just throw it out 3 days later because, you lose power.
Or give it the... Doesn't smell that sour.
Right.
We have one more cereal bowl, and then tomorrow morning I'll dump it.
And then Chase will walk in and go, "Is that cereal? Is that what you guys? What's that over there?
Is that sour milk?"
And this has literally happened to me multiple times. Hey, is that Persimmon Hollow beer? Is that Persimmon Hollow?
Oh, he better not take your Persimmon Hollow.
I'm a good younger brother. He will always get Persimmon Hollow
because... what a good bro.
Because that's the way to drink Persimmon Hollow.
Yay,
drink
segue.
Sensibly, but get weird.
Yeah.
And that's what my brother is when he drinks.
Getting weird over there.
Are you guys getting weird over there? Is that what you guys are having fun? Is there something over there? Dried cranberry? Persimmon Hollow Brewing makes elite beer. And if you're a fan of beer, you need to try their Blood Orange Wheat. It is June right now. It is hot. Every square inch of all of our bodies is damp. You can help that experience by drinking great beer. Blood Orange Wheat is the summer beer. If it's at night, may I recommend a Southbound Hiker New England IPA. That's my nighttime beer. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, we've had them in studio. They're like beer nerds. They're like beer gods. This is what they do.
Nerd gods.
Day in, day out. So taste a Persimmon Hollow beer any time in the near future, and you will not regret it. They have 5 locations. You can. They have one in downtown Orlando, Lake Eola, DeLand. Go to PH Beer for more information. And don't forget, they have the best slogan in the game.
They do.
Drink sensibly, but get weird. Are you guys getting weird over there?
You guys have a blood orange?
Look at that. And those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, we're going to take a little break and we'll be back with more. That was fun. Yay.
Oh, was that fun?
That's a great job, Ross.
Keep it right here. We'll be right back. So keep it on Real Radio 104.1 and the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Still seeing some delays on I-4 this afternoon as you travel throughout the Orlando area, both east and westbound on the interstate, as you travel through downtown Orlando and by the major attractions exits. Still seeing some slowdowns north and southbound on the Turnpike today in Osceola County. Expect some east and westbound delays on the 408 as you travel through downtown. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Pearl Specialties Olives in the Sunny Yellow Jar.
Original MTV VJ Martha Quinn here. Pearl Specialties Olives are bursting with flavor and add the perfect Mediterranean twist to everyday meals and snacks. Rock your recipes with Pearl Specialties Olives. For quality you can trust, look for the Sunny Yellow Jar at your local Walmart.
Man, I got to tell you, if you're looking for something to do to enjoy yourself, and like if you have kids and you want to do something that's like different from all the other places here in Central Florida, you got to get over to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. This thing is a top 10 TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice winner year after year, and the only place you can experience the excitement of thundering rocket launches up close and see those spacecraft that are blazing the trail for tomorrow's discoveries, and you can see the ones you've seen on TV launch. All those right there, and so cool, interactive. And it's just one of the most special places in all of Central Florida, and even better when you take advantage of this new 2-day ticket offer costing less than $45 a day, but offering maximum flexibility for the entire family. It's the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Get your tickets today and learn more at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Get your tickets now
At AXS.com.
for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Coming back to Las Vegas.
2 nights,
September 22nd and 23rd.
1 stage,
At T-Mobile Arena.
streaming live only on Hulu.
This is the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Buy your tickets for our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival now
Before they sell out.
at AXS.com.
That's AXS.com.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best, with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, one firm for life.
With the Autio app riding shotgun, every road trip is an adventure.
Autio is my traveling companion. It's educational, entertaining, funny. It makes the drive come to life.
The Autio app automatically plays you stories about the natural wonders, local legends, and fascinating histories outside your car window, with over 10,000 unique stories from coast to coast.
I've learned more about my hometown from the Autio app than I did growing up here.
Autio, the perfect companion for your next road trip. Learn more at AUTIO.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Pyrospot Fireworks is your local source for the best specials with Florida's largest selection of buy one, get two free fireworks. With convenient locations along with Eustis, better fireworks, better prices, and a no-dud guarantee. Visit Pyrospot online for more information at iwantfireworks.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years. Oh, man. Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve. Oh, yeah. Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, right now, by booking your $159 AC rejuvenation at cooltoday.com.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Unexpected expenses don't exactly come with an installment plan.
What if they could? An AmScott installment cash advance from $100 to $1,000 could mean more money and more time to pay it back. AmScott, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
This Friday through Monday at Old Navy, grab summer styles for just $2, $4, $6, and $8. Plus, get 40% off everything else. That's 40% off everything for the whole family. Hurry, it's this Friday through Monday only at Old Navy. Valid 6/23 through 6/26. Select styles only.
Welcome to The Good Stuff. I'm Jacob Schick, a third-generation combat Marine.
And I'm his co-host and wife, Ashley Schick. We believe everyone has a story to tell, not only about the peaks, but the valleys they've been through to get them to where they are today. We're joined by some amazing guests who share the lessons they've learned that shaped who they are and what they're doing to pay it forward and give back.
Listen to The Good Stuff on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Need a new roof? Then you need Mike at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1. Happy Friday. Thank you for joining some of it with us. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, you can watch Sabrina. Yes, that's Sabrina from the News Junkie. Do a little bit of dancing on camera for us.
Yeah, a little twerk.
She's filling in for Jim, who took off early. He's got an important date night for he and his wife. Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah. Jack is on vacation. He'll be back in a little while. We've got Ross
sweet.
as well.
Yeah.
Got myself, Deb, Sabrina.
Deb.
We're having fun.
I'm enjoying myself very much.
Nothing
Thank
is
you for
burned
having
down.
me.
Oh, thank you for coming in. The listeners are texting us at 77031, thanking you for coming in and doing
Sabrina
a double shift
jump
today.
off a bridge. Is that the one you?
Oh, that's
reading?
That.
But Mama, I made it.
You made it.
You know that you have been successful in radio when someone says, "Hey, go unalive yourself."
See that whole inhale, exhale thing? I don't like that. Stop.
Thank you. That's fine. And I go, I can't. I'm contractually obligated to stay alive.
Oh, I bet that just pisses him off, doesn't it?
Exactly. And I thrive in it.
Yeah, fine print.
Energy vampire.
When you sign an iHeartMedia contract, you become immortal.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. Jim's actually 455 years old.
Yeah. I mean, you could see that, though.
Yeah, biblically.
Okay. Speaking of Jim.
Yes.
He is on the show rundown he shared with me as an interesting question on here, and it actually made me think of you, Sabrina.
All right.
If you could be from any other country, where and why? And I only thought of this because one of your and I first interactions being new cast members of Real Radio was you were planning to take a backpacking trip to Europe.
That's right. That was actually, that was pre-News Junkie.
That's right. You were still on the,
I was an intern.
You were an intern on the show. That's right. And I'd given you my guidebook to Amsterdam.
That's right.
Because that was going to be like one of your first stops. And then you got the permanent position on the News Junkie and you weren't able to do the backpacking tour.
Yep. So I had just graduated and I was set to go to Spain for a month and live with a family and learn Spanish.
Español.
In Barcelona. And then
because that's your family's background, right? You're Spain Spanish.
Oh no, Cuban.
Oh, you're Cuban.
Yeah,
okay.
Cuban and Argentinian.
Okay.
And then I got the job, so like that never happened. I still have yet to go to Europe, but based on all the TV watching I've done in the last 10 years, next week, by the way, is our 10-year News Junkie anniversary.
Really?
Isn't that wild?
Wow.
Small child.
We did it.
Yeah, you did. In November, it'll be 5 years for the Jim Colbert Show.
That's wild.
It is.
What? It's
Can't believe it's
time.
been 5 years already.
But I would go Italy. I feel like I've just seen so many wonderful things about it. I love the language, or
Yeah.
at least thinking that I love it by understanding it a little bit.
The food.
I would love the idea of visiting it. If I was not in that country, I would give maybe Australia.
Really?
Or New Zealand.
I don't know
They
if you've
seem
seen.
like really nice people.
They do, but there's an island off the coast of Australia where sunbathers, beachgoers are being bitten by dingoes.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to change my answer.
You're gonna rethink that one there?
I'd rather not be
Plus, I mean,
bitten by
they
a
have
dingo.
fat jellyfish the size of your fingernail that can kill you. Still one of the most beautiful places on the. You
Of
didn't know
course,
that?
yeah, beautiful.
Man, I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, you just said a jellyfish the size of your finger killing you. You're talking about dingoes biting people's dingoes.
Where would you live if you weren't an American? What other country would you be from, Ross, and why?
Man,
I'm not familiar with that place.
I have thought the Isle of Man.
Isle of Man, actually, yeah.
I have thought about this a lot.
Have you really?
I have, man. There's so many different. I don't know. Probably like. Right now, I'm going to answer and say Japanese, but if you were to ask me tomorrow, I would probably have a different response and say like Chile or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's vastly different.
It is. I'm all over the place. The one place I wouldn't want to be from is Russia. That place
same here.
looks gray and boring.
You know, we have
cold.
a lot of Russian listeners, Ross.
Yeah.
Extremely
Why
rude.
Japan though?
Tons of history. Food is clean. Lot of fish. I don't know.
got Sabrina with that one.
Nintendo. I also love Japanese role-playing games. Like I'm down with I'm down with some anime.
Zelda.
Yeah, I'm down to play Zelda. I'm down to play Xenoblade. Make me a little farm boy who finds a crystal that I need to save a princess in the world, and I'm set.
All right.
I don't think that happens to all Japanese people.
I don't even think a handful of Japanese people.
Maybe one if we're lucky. But I
think
don't
you're
know.
doing something called stereotyping right now
Oh.
in a weird way.
Well, it was like a blood diamond. They're kind of a crystal.
No, that's in Africa, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that story is possible. Find
You're
a
right.
crystal, changes your life.
If you go over to Christmas, Florida, you can find crystal meth.
Okay. That's it's gonna ruin my Christmas tree. I'm gonna decorate it with
Where
that.
would you live, Deb?
Netherlands, Sweden, Finland.
Herdy.
So I don't know why I'm picking all those cold countries that are in the dark half the year, but they fascinate me.
Japan also has like a lot of cutting technology. Tokyo seems like an acid trip of a place.
But you know the
That's
other
true.
thing about Japanese culture that I love?
What?
Is that they seem to really have this symbiotic relationship between being uber modern and still uber connected to their ancient past.
Very true.
Everything from floral design, the Japanese art of flowers to origami to, and it seems like their pastimes are so much more fruitful in being good for your mental health, right? You take time, you do the process slow, like just watching them make ramen noodles.
You respect your elders.
You respect your elders.
You don't need chairs, from what I understand.
Their whole idea of why you don't wear shoes in the house, because it's about comfort and dirt.
One thing that I was told from somebody who lived there for like an entire summer doing a theme park tour is that one thing that he fell.
Oh, you've been?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
No,
that.
I've never been. I want to go so bad.
Yeah, same here. It's cost prohibitive, and the flight's so damn long when you live in Florida.
And
so anywhere will sponsor
in Asia.
it. Let's do that.
Yeah. But so my friend spends like an entire summer over there, and he was telling me some things that he really thought was sometimes funny, but also just going, all right, that's how they do it here. What he was saying was that in the Japanese language, if it's really hot out, we walk out and we go, man, it's hot out. Ooh, it is hot. Japanese, they would go, hatsuwa. But if it's really, really, really hot, we go, man, it is so hot. It's really, really, really hot. They don't, to my knowledge, I don't think they have like a lot of words that hype up the noun or the description.
It's just what it is.
And what they do is they just say it with more passion. So when we go, man, it's so hot versus wow, it's really, really, really hot, they go, it's hatsuwa.
Hatsuwa.
It's hatsuwa. And then they just like, that's where they really lean in.
It's super hot.
Yeah. And I've always thought, and he told me that every interaction he had in Japan, that how easy that was to translate, that he enjoyed that aspect of the language, that it was straight to the point,
right?
But due to the inflection, that it's message received, it's very hot out.
Huh. Good to know.
And there's so many cool. The one thing about Japan, though,
not so plurific with their words.
Oh, there's one thing.
Hatsuwa
is that I've been told from multiple Americans who have spent time over there that there is this like accepted level of misogyny.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? You will never see a female leader of Japan.
That it is like, it's not even argued.
Nope.
That it's very foreign for an American to walk.
How are they with the gays over there?
I could not tell you.
Hatsuwa!
Yeah, but the misogyny thing, actually, because I was trying to remember if it's Japan, but I know there is a country in Asia, it could be there or South Korea, where they actually have separate train cars for women. Because
honestly, that sounds really nice.
Because the groping on the train cars as you're trying to get to work is so bad, and it's so prevalent that they have a female-only train car so that you don't have to worry about that. So there's the...
It's just
moving on up.
Wildly different cultures.
Yeah, and again, and because of the space...
How do you say don't grope me in Japanese?
Yeah.
What you do is you just stand up as a tall American. You just...
I mean, if I dress like this with my like snapback on, I don't know if they're...
Yeah.
I'm screaming, grope me.
Hatsuwa!
It's... Yeah, Japan is one of them. I know it's not. Oh man, that might be a fire take. My best friend is Puerto Rican, and I've always wanted to go to Puerto Rico.
Right.
Not exactly.
It's an American territory, but I mean,
yeah. But I would still call it its own country and own entity with its own culture.
In that case, I'd like to go to the Keys.
I will take you to Colombia.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. I'll take you to Colombia. I'll take you to the island where my mother was born.
Also, Mexico. I really like other countries. I find them very...
I want to try, in that case, Portugal.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go to Portugal so bad. You know what I want to see in Portugal more than anything? outside of just the cities and the food because
The
I've
groping
heard
train?
No, the wave, the surfing off the coast of Portugal is those
Nazaré.
Yeah, that's where they have to be dropped in by helicopter or
jet ski.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. I mean, have you ever seen them?
No, I haven't. I've boogie boarded one time,
No.
and that was
This is
pretty much
like
it.
the next break. We're gonna YouTube these big waves
yeah.
off the coast of Portugal. I think they're the biggest
gotta
waves on
join
the
for
planet.
They are looked at as such, and they were actually a more recent discovery than a lot of people know. For the longest time, it was always Hawaii waves, and they still have amazing waves
They do.
over there. But then these Portugal waves were found, and at first they didn't know if they could even ride them, and they had to figure out a system to be able to get out to the wave and away from the rocks. Hence, getting a ride from a jet ski, getting pulled so you can get onto the wave.
I will drive the jet ski. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at that.
That's even more dangerous when it comes to that surf.
Really?
Yeah, because then you have to find your person if it goes wrong.
I'll put like an
Damn.
orange bathing suit.
Just a ton. It's all the white
Yeah.
from the waves.
When I show you the size of the waves and you watch the guy, I mean seriously, and you're just praying that he makes it and that he survives because that barrel.
That doesn't sound fun to me.
It's the same adrenaline junkie who would put themselves in a submersible and
I'll tell you this
it's
much.
crazy.
I drove a 23-foot rig, an RV, this past weekend through the mountains of Tennessee.
Oh,
and I feel like I had the same adrenaline rush as someone who was dropped from a helicopter being rescued by a jet ski.
I agree.
In those Colombian waves.
I felt
try one thing at a time first.
I felt the rush when I was snorkeling, and that was like the first time I went snorkeling on my honeymoon. Yeah, and then all of a sudden,
Did you have the little flap on it, or
No.
did you have to hope for the best?
hope for the best to make sure that I don't go, 14 inches underwater, because then I'm just gagging
Yeah.
salt water, thinking I'm dead. I died. Hey, look, a
You
sea
have to
turtle
spit
dead.
in your own goggles.
Now, do you
And
find
God forbid there's a little boogie in there, and you're just staring at that the whole time.
It's not fun. It was cool to see a sea turtle,
But
but
adrenaline rush nonetheless.
Do you find that picking the country has anything to do with like Ross being into anime and stuff? Do you find that? Because for me, I was thinking like, why would I pick a place that's cold? Like,
What country does Grey's Anatomy
Netherlands?
come from?
I think it's us, right?
Yeah.
Seattle, that
All right.
country.
I got nothing.
Oh yeah,
Because
Mexico.
I'm a big Beowulf fan, so I think that's part of the reason why, like Norway. Ooh, Norway.
Norway. yeah.
Ooh, Norway's so beautiful.
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Herdy herd. I think we already said those two places, but I couldn't tell you one fact about them.
No.
About which one?
Either. I mean, I know the names. And I know Eurovision they were involved in.
Switzerland, the Swiss Alps, that their engineering and their architecture is so beloved that we even took it over here in the States.
Look at us go.
In Colorado
Also,
and Aspen and stuff.
I think some of the highest per capita income of any country in the world. Of course, we all know them as being hey, we're not getting involved.
No thanks.
We're neutral territory. We're not getting involved. We're not picking sides.
And it worked out well for them, didn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
they're just known for architecture, chocolate,
music,
and
And that
watches.
chef on the Muppets.
Yeah.
Herdy her.
He was from Sweden.
Oh. What are we talking about?
Switzerland.
My bad.
Dirk.
They start with the same letter.
Same two letters.
What am I supposed to do?
That's why we're here in the Albanian United States.
Herdy her.
The United States of Albania.
That was a great question, Jim. That really blew our minds.
I'm going. Final answer though, where I'm from, it's a toss up between Puerto Rico, Mexico, and Japan with a splash of Chile.
Okay.
All right, man, you are a mutt mix.
I'm telling you, you guys were talking about I'm Argentinian. You said you're Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know. No idea.
You have no idea. Have you considered swabbing the inside of your mouth and sending it to a third party?
It's the same way that I look at tattoos. I didn't say this not that long ago. Yeah, I'm interested in getting a tattoo. I'm interested in finding out. And
Just
then I
not
realized that it's like $30, $50.
It's not just that. It's not just that. Someone had texted us at 77031 a couple of weeks ago and let us know that a few years ago, a huge investment firm out of New York bought Ancestry.com for $4.7 billion.
Perfect. I love that.
Now, we know that the way that 23andMe, they say that they don't sell, our DNA, right?
Mhm.
But
They definitely do.
According to the article that I had read, they spoke to a lot of genetic ethicists who said, yeah, there's no way a company is going to spend nearly $5 billion for Ancestry.com's assets, which is your DNA. Turns out this New York investment firm owns a lot of different pharmaceutical companies, medical research companies. And buried in the small print is that the fact that Ancestry DNA could sell your DNA for scientific research, which is a pretty broad area for them to get away with.
That's like natural flavor on certain products.
Nobody tells you it comes from the beaver butt.
Yeah.
When they say it's natural
There's
flavor.
nothing we can do about it. Like our generations, the ones that are listening right now, are screwed when it comes to our data. It has already been sold. We're started with Farmville and it won't end. But I hope that our great grandkids will have the wherewithal to not have their data and DNA sold. But who knows?
Yeah, what would happen if our generation is like the full circle that will have to go all the way around the cycle of the internet just so we can have our grandchildren debate who should be in our top 8 all over again?
Those were the times. The hours that I spent coding.
Yeah.
Coding so I could have a sparkly thing around my name on MySpace.com, my live journal. Those were the days, man. And then you would shut it off and you go play outside.
Yeah.
And you go touch grass. And here we are. I can't wait to get on Instagram when I go to commercial.
So we're going to do that now. It's last call time. So now we turn the show over to you. So this is your chance to, make a call back to the show. Something maybe we said earlier that made you laugh. Give us a joke. Anything. Just get us into the weekend. So load up the phone lines now. 407-916-1041. We'll do last call next. So keep it right here on the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Did you know in certain countries, for one in the Netherlands, if you are disabled, they give you a budget to hire prostitutes to have sex with you if you're a disabled person.
You have to be a citizen.
You're asking for a friend?
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this weekend, things are going to be stormy. Not quite as bad as it's been, but certainly not far from it. At least we'll catch some morning sunshine this weekend. But in the afternoon, 70% chance for rain Saturday, about a 50-50 shot on Sunday. High temps will be in the low 90s with lows in the mid-70s. So it's going to feel like the season. Now, next week, our rain chances will go down. By this time next week, very little rain, but temperatures will go up nearly 100 degrees. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Fontainebleau's Summer Paradise Getaway.
Fontainebleau Miami Beach is your summer paradise getaway. Taste incredible food from 8 casual and fine dining restaurants, or spend an out-of-the-ordinary night at Live Nightclub. Save up to 25% plus. Receive up to a $100 resort credit when you stay 4 nights or more, June through September. Book now at FountainBlue.com.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
At Fifth Third Bank, we give you free checking, never have hidden fees, and help protect your identity.
Oh, really?
Yep. See, our name equals 166.7%. So we put in that much effort.
Well, my name's Jim, so I guess I'm headed to the gym, and I'm gonna put in 166.7% effort too.
Aw, I'm proud of you.
No one's ever been proud of me.
This is banking a Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
If you're hiring, it can feel like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. Like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Now try ZipRecruiter free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/FREE.
Did you guys know the average person eats 9 spiders whenever I cook for them?
From his multiple Netflix comedy specials, Anthony Jeselnik brings his new stand-up tour, Bones and All, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa. Don't miss Anthony Jeselnik, live on November 19th. Tickets are on sale now at hardrocktampa.com and anthonyjeselnik.com. Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Hear that? That's the sound of water coming from leaking pipes. Hi, this is Pete from Repipe Specialists. Let's end those leaks and the damages they can cause to your walls, ceilings, and floors by replacing those old, corroded, or brittle pipes with high-quality new ones. With over 30 years of experience and work that's guaranteed for life, Repipe Specialists will expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. Call us by this Saturday to save 20%. So long, water-dripping drum solos. If you have leaks or even low water pressure, call Repipe Specialists now at 407-337-4020 to schedule a free home estimate and to save 20% on your entire job, plus 0 down, 0 interest financing for the first 18 months on approved credit, local and insured. Call 407-337-4020 or go to repipe.com. That's 407-337-4020. Repipe.com. Repipe Specialists, making your repipe job fast, seamless, and simple. That's our specialty.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar & Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar & Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, Orlando.
If it's a day that ends in Y, you're probably stuck in Florida traffic. So turn that AC up one more notch, aim the vents toward your face, and think of a better place, like the cool, colorful produce section in your favorite grocery store. Why? Because that's where all the cool, colorful, fresh from Florida produce is. Produce just tastes better when it's grown closer to home. And when you buy fresh from Florida, you're supporting local farmers and jobs in our communities. So after you're done being stopped in traffic, pick up some fresh from Florida on your way home.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Yo, it's Ross. I'm here to tell you about Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. Straight up, they make great beer. In fact, they make my favorite beer. Their Blood Orange Wheat is my #1 right now. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, are just passionate about the beer that they brew. You can really taste how much they give a damn about their beer. Visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations so you can enjoy passionately crafted beers. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. PersimmonHollowBrewing.com.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Don't miss 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday at Tijuana Flats. Get 2 entrees, 2 drinks, and an appetizer for just $20. Choose from your favorites like those tacos, burritos, and more. 2 for $20 every Friday and Saturday. Get it while it's hot at Tijuana Flats.
Sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword free heart scan.
Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
For 16 passenger, this a G5, no, this not a Challenger. Big one. I keep some members with me in the fridge, the coat seats, they some cannibals. Eaters. They like to geek, drink a whole bottle, wake up and repeat.
Damn, Ross, you're killing it on the rejoin music today. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. What were you going to say?
I made this song. This is
Really?
me. Yeah, this is me.
I love crop tops.
Yeah. Rossvo and Rakeoff. That sounded so bad. Yeah, no, this
Have
is...
you considered DJing?
This is Quavo and Takeoff, and no, I did not make this song, and thank you, Deb.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, I love it when you do the rejoin music. Like I said, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. The Jim portion of the show took off a little bit early today. He and his wife are having a extended date night. Jack is on vacation. He'll be back in a few days. You've got Deb. You've got Ross. And yeah, you heard the voice. You're not hearing things. We have Sabrina here with us.
Hey.
Hey. So happy again that you came in and helped out.
Thank you for having me.
That's the
It was
bomb.
very fun. It was a good way to welcome the weekend.
Cool. I'm glad
I'll
to
do
hear
it
that.
anytime.
Okay, good.
And it's nice to be back in home base.
It is.
We're still doing the show from Sean's house, so I never get to see my my radio brethren.
That's right. How long has it been since you've been in the studio broadcasting?
Hurricane, the last hurricane.
So that
Sean lost power, so we had to come and do it here. And that was, I think, our first time doing the show from here.
Since COVID.
Yeah, so yeah. During COVID is when we moved over there.
Right. So
And
it's got to
then-
be 2022. It was last year.
Well, no. So we got there, I think, 2020.
Right.
And then it was last year during the hurricane that we
That's right.
had to come here and do the show.
During Ian.
Yep.
Or Nicole.
No, who was it? You know, one of those terrible ones that flooded
Exactly.
everything.
I think it was Ian. Ian was the
man.
big mama drama.
My best friend is still, she's hoping that by middle of August, she'll be able to move back into her house.
Get out of here.
Since
That's
late
wild.
September. She's had to rent an apartment. She lived with my mother for 4 months.
Knock on wood, but I do think that this summer is going to
I'm hoping,
wreck
man.
us.
What?
What? Not wreck us. I mean. I'm so happy to
I
be
think
here.
you scared Ross as well. We're so
my bad.
Yeah, we're
Statistically speaking, though, I think we're going to be fine this summer.
Yes, we are.
No, we got hit last summer.
The forecasters did say that they were expecting an almost below average year this year.
Perfect. I love that.
So
I'm sorry I even said anything.
No, because you know what? Maybe you jinxed it and it won't happen now, right? Maybe what you actually did was a favor to everyone.
Exactly.
And we just don't know it yet.
And I'm totally not going to be single, statistically speaking.
Exactly. Wait till you meet my Sabrina.
Oh.
There's another
wow.
Sabrina.
No pressure, Sabrina.
Oh, yeah.
Either of us.
All right. Well, listen.
Ross thoughts?
Are all the phone lines loaded up for last call?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, then what we want to do before we sign out tonight is say thank you to Corona Cigar Company, Fayez Cara, restaurant critic with the Orlando Weekly, Candace Rich with her Rich Tips. And speaking of Candace, also want to thank her and Sam Bowen for running our YouTube chat and putting our hands together. Last but never least, Sabrina for co-hosting. Yay!
My pleasure. My pleasure.
We really appreciate it, though, because you already did your shift today. You've been off work since, 3 o'clock. So for you to have to turn around and drive back in.
I will be emailing Jack when he gets back, like, hey, 2 extra hours of vacation?
Yeah, there you
And
go.
he'll say, no.
No.
Yeah, they're, yeah.
Groovy, baby.
We ready to do this?
Yes, we are.
Who's first?
Let's welcome Big T on line 1.
All right, Big T, last call.
Big T?
Say it again.
Big T.
Going on. Savvy Cap has got it going on. Rocked it with Sean and C-Lane all day long. Savvy, can't you see? You are crushing epically. And I know it might be wrong, but Savvy on the show is the freaking bomb.
Oh,
Yay!
that was really nice.
Thank you, Big T.
Beautiful voice.
Yeah, appreciate that. He does have a beautiful voice. Who's next, Ross?
Let's welcome. Let's drop him. Let's now welcome Party Mom on line 3.
All right, Party Mom. How you doing? Last call.
I'm doing good, and that was an awesome last call prior to me. Just a few things.
God.
A quick trivia. Quick few trivia about Titanic. The White Star Line actually charged the families of the orchestra that played till the end for their uniforms.
Yeah.
After they died.
Yeah.
What?
Ross, you and Sabby played beautifully together. And Sabby, my inspiration. Say it with me, folks.
Smoke
weed every day. Yay!
We'll rehearse it for next time.
Thank you, Party Mom.
We're going to hit a 3-part harmony on the smoke weed every day next time. Let's welcome excited Eric.
Eric, last call.
Son of a bitch. That's a lot of boobs.
Yeah.
Plenty more where that came from.
There you go.
Fun fact about me, I have 3 of them.
Let's welcome Michael P.
Michael P., last call.
Hey, I'm so excited that the 3 of you are there. Sabby, I love you.
Love you too.
One of my favorites. Miss Deborah as well.
Thank you.
And Ross goes without saying.
Of course.
But I think more often, Sabby, when one of them's not there, I think maybe you need to join the show more often.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is that Sabrina over there?
That sounds great. Great call, Michael P. Let's welcome the king himself, Mike Larson.
All right, Mike Larson, bring it home for us. Last call.
This is Mike Buzzer Larson here, and just like yesterday, I'm advising you to snap your seatbelts. This is going to be a rough ride. Deb.
Yes.
You know what the sharks down at the Titanic said yesterday?
No, what did they say, Mike?
They said, this is great. You ordered 5 guys.
Oh, my God. Yikes, dude.
Mike, you have hit this.
Oh, give him the buzzer.
God, he's
Mike,
out.
He is out.
Oh, my
He
God.
dropped the mic.
And his phone.
Give him a buzzer. Give him 3. There you go.
Mike, what are you doing?
Too soon, but so funny.
Oh, man.
Listen, also, a big round of applause for Ross, man. He had
Great
to do
job,
some
Ross.
new stuff
He
today.
looks like a
to
Men
get,
in Black alien
He does.
with
I'm
all the
telling you,
buttons.
he had to do some new stuff today to keep the show on the air, and we were all stressed out. He especially. He did an awesome job. Great job on the rejoin music. Like I said, Jimmy will be back on Monday. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters in the morning after us. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Keep it here. We've got you covered all weekend long on Real Radio 104.1, and we'll see you at 3 o'clock on Monday. Until then,